Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 2 of the 2026 Underground RC Supercross Championship here in MX Simulator, live on Start Your Systems and Start Your Systems TV on Twitch. My name is Kellen Brower, and I am thrilled to be joined in the booth tonight by none other than Pro Ripper himself, Derek Kelly, the MX6 racing team. We'll see him racing 250 East this year, but graced us with his presence here for round 2 in San Diego. It's awesome to have you in studio, man.
Awesome to be here. Something new for me. I hung up the sticks a while ago, but I used to play sim all the time with the boys, so stoked to be in booth. I grew up watching you. I learned how to play sim watching your videos, so
man,
super cool to be here, and hopefully we can call it a good race.
Well, I'm excited that you get to see this and see all this production behind the scenes a little bit, because I know you do watch a little bit as well.
Of course.
Yeah, just take me through what you know about this, I guess, real quick before we go racing here tonight. Like, obviously, you've seen some of the races, you know some of the people. We were going over it before the broadcast, but it's kind of cool, right, that we do this series every week.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to watch. I mean, you guys grind, and it's cool to see. Like, obviously, it's a video game, but you obviously take it to the next level, which it's pretty cool to see. I mean, it's been a while. I think I haven't played in probably 3 or 4 years, but I mean, I used to play every night and watch these all the time, and know a lot of guys that race, so it's going to be a cool night to be behind the scenes and kind of see how it goes down.
Absolutely, Will. And apologies, we're a little bit late on the draw. There was a mix-up with my internet not wanting to load, and so we got a little late start with the broadcast here tonight, but we are going to go racing here really quickly. So before we do that, we're just going to quickly run you guys through what happened in qualifying, and if I can get it loaded up quickly, that would be great. Also, quick update, 40th and 41st in 450 qualifying tied tonight, and they do not have the quick ability to see who had the second fastest lap. So they're literally just putting 41 people in the night show tonight. I think that's fair, and there's going to be 21 people on the gate in heat. Well, it doesn't say what heat, but one of the heat races. So qualifying really quickly here, as I said, Luke Sullivan fastest with a 54.5 over Seth Carr, who was our winner last week. Seth Shirley, oh man, those times are close. Look at all the guys in the 55s right there inside of the top 10. But Sully does put it P1. Look at 250 West, and Wyatt Grant, Josh Grant's kid, puts it at the top of the sheets here over Antonio Velati, Tyler Show, and last week's winner, Cash Woods, 4th fastest. So cool to see Wyatt Grant go to the top after missing the main event last week. And a reminder for what happened last week, Cash Woods did get the win over Dylan Delaire in 250 West, Austin Schaefer, Dan White, and Evan Holt inside of the top 5. Again, if you missed last week, that was our 250 main event. And the 450 main went to Seth Carr rather convincingly. Braden Carter's streak of 4 straight victories at the Anaheim opener was broken. Carr gets the job done. Carter ends up second. Johnny Padani on the box all the way from Hungary, with Siebold and Eagland, your champion, rounding out the top 5. So that is a quick look at qualifying and the races, or the standings, I should say, going into tonight's races. And we're going to get going here in the server in just a moment. So this is, of course, a regular format. For those of you that are not familiar with real-life racing, or you've never been here before, we're going to do heat races, last chance qualifiers, main events, the whole gamut. And we'll get some insight here from Mr. Derek Kelly about what it's like to live through heat races and last chance qualifiers and main events as well. Actually, why don't we do that right now? Going into a heat race right now, mindset-wise, what are we feeling like about a heat race? Are you loose? Are you tense? How do you play it out?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm probably one of the looser dudes on the track. I'm kind of yawning when I'm going up the line. I probably should pump it up a little more sometimes, but no, I mean, it all kind of feeds off of how qualifying went. If you have a good qualifying, the heat race always comes a little bit easier. But honestly, if you have a bad qualifying, it kind of fires you up for the heat race as well. So just got to get a good, clean start. I'm sure it's the same here. Yeah. But stay off the ground, get some clean laps in, kind of slot yourself into a qualifying position, and bring her to the main event.
And you know all about sim starts. Sim starts are chaos, and it's hard to stay on 2 wheels, almost maybe more so than real life at times.
Oh, dude, I don't know. I've never raced pro at a high level on sim. Like, I've never raced pro sim at all. But I mean, I play like 801 and 804. Like, those dudes just bomb the corner. So I'm sure it's pretty frustrating when people don't hit the brakes.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, right-handed first corner, not something that really matters in sim. Obviously, real life, you guys would have the brake foot probably, digging in there. But it's peculiar right-hand first corners, right? Regardless of whether it's the brake side or not. Yeah. You guys aren't used to necessarily going right into a Supercross first turn. We have a lot of right-handed.
You think that? Yeah, I mean, you almost get yourself psyched up more than it actually ends up being, because everybody comes in there and like everybody's pro at that level, so you can kind of stay out of each other's way, and everybody, for the most part, comes in a little more cautious than they might would with a left-hander. So normally it almost plays out a little bit better than left-handers because you're already a little bit more cautious. But obviously with sim, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's no holds barred. These guys will just send it into turn one, regardless of who is around them. We have some cool new stuff to show you guys this week. Very excited about that. Some new graphic overlays that we'll put on our screen here in just a minute, but 250 Heat 1 getting ready to go. I was going to ask you about the track, but I want to make sure that we get in here and watch this. And I need to do another reset. But yeah, so actually quickly then, what do you think of this racetrack from, just the overhead view, what we've seen so far? I'll get another look at it here. Anything that jumps out at you as something we should watch tonight?
Just looking at it for now, it's obviously it's a pretty simple baseball stadium track, nothing too crazy, a little bit of back and forth, some longer rhythms it looks like. It's going to be interesting, the whoops having a little bit of an on-off situation, or like an on, I guess. Weird little jump in the middle, so see how that plays out in real life. But I guess we'll see how it plays out in the sim first.
Yep, we will get a chance to see what these guys are doing, especially 250s. I feel like this track may lend to a little bit bigger lines for our 450 competitors, but we'll get a chance to look at that in a little bit. Want to give a huge thank you, as you guys probably see on your screen right now, to this awesome overlay graphic that was made, really happen by Jacob Hubbard and Lane Burks putting it together and making this awesome graphic for us on screen. So shout out to them. Finally got rid of the weird bar at the top of the screen, so you guys won't see that anymore. We got some sweet new graphics, and we are ready to drop the gate. So here we go. It's time for the first heat race of the night, 250 West, heat number 1. Let's get it in San Diego. We're off and running. Let's see where that start comes from. It's a long straightaway down the inside. One of the Yamahas gets there first, but through the middle is going to be Joey Carter, Dr. Do Racing's finest. You see him on Instagram every single day. And out front with a big lead, chaos early, Derek. Some of those guys got hitched up in the first corner, and he's got a huge gap.
Yeah, they got some work to do coming from the back of the pack, but it looks like Carter got out clean, and he's going to run away with this one, hopefully, if he keeps it off the deck. We got Tom Quinault, is that a little French name going on?
We got French connection.
Bringing
Tom
up the
Quinault.
second place spot, so we'll see how this plays out.
Yep, Jeremy Schiabro up in the 3 spot early on. Emmanuel Cepeda, Bodie Parker. I don't know what District Designs is running, but I've downloaded every single thing Jake Spies gave me, and I don't have their skin. So congratulations, District. You played yourself once again. Let's go back to our transfer spot battles and see what's going on as someone's flipping through the whoops. We heard that these whoops would be tricky here tonight, and a lot of guys struggling with them. They look absolutely massive, and it looks like our points leader, Cash Woods, who, again, I downloaded everything, Jake. Where is all this stuff? But our points leader in the 10 spot after one lap as he's going in and out of the tough blocks down the straightaway here. But tough start for Cash Woods here off the get-go, not really feeling the flow and having to get the ball rolling. Well, if you're in his situation right here, how would you kind of play this? Would you just let the race come to you, or are you in panic mode to get into a transfer spot?
Well, I've never been the top guy coming into a main event or out of a heat race with a bad start, but my positioning when I get a bad start, you just got to send it. Honestly, I assume it's the same for everybody, but when you go down to the first turn, as I assume he did, you kind of just got to send it and make stuff happen at the end of the day.
All right, so we'll see how much he's willing to send it right now. Still in the 10 spot, trying to close up onto the rear fender of Jax Lindsay. We also got Brandon Walther, Tyson Johnson just up the road of that, and it looks like Woods did make that pass on Lindsay, but there's those tricky whoops. Look at how many guys are down in those whoops.
Got through clean.
Massive set of whoops that first set, and even the second one tough to get through.
Legs.
Woods cases the last whoop and goes down. Not the place to crash right there. Just got it a little bit wrong, Derek.
Now he got a gift there in the whoops, got through clean, and then threw it away in the corner.
Brutal moment there for Cash Woods. We'll see if he can get back up into that transfer spot. We'll peek back out front and see that Joey Carter is still leading this thing, but he's got some heat. Tom Quinault and Jeremy Schiabro are starting to close that gap down, and we know Tom Quinault, the fast French rider on the 41 machine, able to run ridiculous times. Can he put the heat on Carter for this heat race win as we go on to the 4th lap of this race? Into the whoops we go, and now Carter gets eaten up by the whoops. Man, these whoops are brutal here tonight, and I don't think we're going to see many clean runs. It's really just going to be a battle of survival for these guys out here, and as quickly as Quinault got the lead, Schiabro takes it away from him in the second set of whoops. I mean, I'm sure you've had your fair share of those really peaky, gnarly whoops that every single lap you think about them. These guys must be feeling the same way.
No, it's brutal. I mean, in sim, I'm a little more worried about the whoops than in real life, fortunately. But No, those things look like man-eaters for sure. You just gotta get through them clean, it looks like.
Yeah, just try to stay up on top of them as much as possible and not maybe not focus so much on hitting them fast, but hitting them safely every single lap could be the difference maker tonight. Schiavro able to do that just fine and take the lead away from Quinault, who kind of looks like he's running a fake Stark.
Yeah, that's what I was looking. I was like, is that a Stark?
It's definitely not. It is just a 250F, but it looks like, yeah.
No, it is a Stark.
I mean, like, in game, there's no Stark dyno, is what I'm trying to say.
That's awesome. Stark skin.
And now Schiavro lays it down in the whoop. So Quinault goes to the front, and these whoops are just eating these guys alive. Emmanuel Cepeda now into the 2 spot. Schiavro gets it up right up alongside of Joey Carter. He's into the top blocks. Lose that spot right back to Schiavro as well. But these whoops just eating these guys up. Devin Johnson, Ryan Pinkerton, Bodie Parker, Evan Cormack, and then Wilczek looks like he is in our bubble spot right now. Jax Lindsay and Cash Woods still trying to close that gap down. But these guys in the bubble positions really starting to worry about their surroundings. 2 minutes and a lap left to go. If you're in this position, Derek, how much are you trying to focus forward and not worry about what's going on behind you?
Yeah, is he in 9th place right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the spot you want to be in. I think ideally you want to keep her clean, but you gotta make a pass to give yourself a buffer for sure.
All right, so try to close that gap down perhaps onto Evan Cormack on the 130 just up the road. He's got some heat, though, does Max Wilczek as Jax Lindsay's closing up, gets that triple clean. Both these guys really having to seat into that 353 right there and then swing back onto the start straight underneath our camera through the Underground RC tunnel. And over the finish line jump they go. Wilczek still eyes focused on Cormack, but here comes Lindsay and here comes Cash Woods. Let's go on board them and see what these whoops look like. Oh, and we got a crash up ahead. I think that may have been Evan Cormack going down. It was. He's fallen down the order now. Jax Lindsay into the final transfer spot. He's trying to put some heat onto the rear fender of Wilczek as we're watching P10 right now. Cash Woods just trying to get up there and battle with those guys. And, man, I think if you're in his case, just hope they get into each other.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he won last round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got the speed to make it happen, but it would be nice if they got together and kind of gave him a gift.
What do you think about these option lines? We're seeing step on, step off, over the table, triple single into this corner, double out. It's kind of all over the place in that rhythm section. I don't know if there's one fast line to get through.
No, it doesn't look like these 250s are kind of able to settle in and figure out the main line. They kind of just fighting their way through, kind of like the whoops.
Yep, exactly. So the 250 boys on the struggle bus here tonight as we peek over to Max Wilczek. Our camera just hanging out with the babes in the crowd there for a minute. But Wilczek is still holding on to 8.
Oh, he's down.
He lays it down.
Oh, saved it.
360s out of it and stays on 2 wheels. Woods did go by and just narrowly rejoins in front of him to move into that 9th position. But Wilczek still on the charge, trying to keep it close. Now, Cash Woods has to maybe go a little defensive here because he doesn't have someone right in front of him to chase. Instead, he's got some heat coming from behind. Does Wilczek go for a pass right here? No, settles in behind him. This could get good as we are out of time and the white flag is coming out next time by. All right, Woods going to go over table. Wilczek step on, step off. Definitely 2 different ways to get through this rhythm section, and they work out quite evenly. That's impressive to see. 2 rhythm lines in sim that are that close. Now Woods gets a bit of a gap as Wilczek did case it. Woods slides the rear end around in that corner, but the white flag is waving for Quinault out front. Cepeda, Carter, Schiavro, Johnson, Pinkerton, Parker, Lindsay. Oh, Jax Lindsay down after the finish line jump. Cash Woods goes by, brings Wilczek with him, and these guys are just begging to get through the whoops cleanly. As looks like Ryan Pinkerton was down. He's going to slip back to the final transfer spot. Chaos galore, this 250 class, just full of guys really struggling in those whoops, and that could be the difference maker in the main event. How about this? Tyler Shields, you ever been in position, Derek, on the last lap where you're 10th trying to get into 9th? What are you doing right here?
I mean, you just got to send it, I think. I mean, I've never been in a race with this much chaos, but I mean, anything can happen. Obviously, we already passed the whoops for the last time, so you're not going to get any gifts there, but hopefully get through this clean. Saved it pretty good. Little mistake from the dude in front of him.
Oh, that is Cash Woods on the 14 who's made a mistake, and he's fallen back into the clutches of these guys. Does get that triple clean. That's crucial. Does Shields try to go up the inside here? No. He's just going to follow him in. I wonder if he's hoping for the post-race penalties, the cuts as we like to call them,
to
cuts. Play out in his favor. Over the line, though, Woods does make it in by the skin of his teeth in P9. Of course, Quinault did pick up the win out front, so congratulations to him. Ended up 6 seconds to the good over Joey Carter. So Nice ride by Quino, Cepedas, Yaro Johnson, Bodie Parker, Max Wilczek, Ryan Pinkerton, and Cash Woods. So we will wait and just make sure that this loads up correctly. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not getting any timing. That's kind of...
See if we can fix that for you. Hopefully, there we go.
There we go.
Scroll down if you'd like. Okay, there we go. And it looks like Cash Woods did hold on after those penalties. So a change there. Okay, Spies just messaged me. Okay. I'm going to get the district pack in, and after the next heat race, I will leave and come back for those that are keeping track at home. So watch heat 2, and then we'll make sure we get the district pack in there. My apologies that we did not get it in before the start of the stream, but we'll get there when it's time. We'll race them when it's time. All right, heat 2 coming up. You can see the list of riders on your screen right there. Schaefer, our fastest qualifier, Grant, Feitosa, Derigo, Kepke, and more lining up to go racing. So we've seen one heat race. I mean, it seems like the difference maker is the whoops. If you can make it through the whoops clean, that's obviously a big benefactor. But anything else you're picking up on this track yet that kind of stands out?
Yeah, I mean, I think the two big spots are the whoops and that long rhythm. I think I don't know that over table 3 is the move, because it sets you up into that little saddleback, and then it kind of screws up the end of that rhythm. I think maybe on off 3-3-2 is probably the play there, and then that 3-5-3 before you come back under the over under it looks like kind of a booter if you can't get it clean.
Yeah, it is tough to seat that on a 250, no question about it. You just called it. What did you call that? The
a little saddleback.
saddle.
I don't know. That's what it reminds me of.
This is an ongoing debate, right? Apparently, all of you guys call it a banana.
A banana.
Okay.
I have not heard that term.
You've not heard that, but apparently, I don't know. Some other
Said
guys
who?
have been telling me that it's banana, and all you guys use that term. But saddle, I like saddle. That's a good name for it as well. Anything is better than step table, which is what I've been calling it, because it sounds like saying step brother or something weird like that. But yeah, saddle, banana. I'm good with either of it. As we get ready for 250 heat number 2. Get a look at all the kits and riders out there. Yeah, there's a couple Phil's guys, couple other names. I got to get Braden Carter to finish his dang Phil's ski and snowboard pack. Dre Edwards Blackout. You a big fan of looking through these guys and picking out lit kits at all?
I mean, if you got sim and you make your own kit, I don't think there's any excuse for not having a fire kit.
All right, yeah.
So
call them out.
I think they all. Obviously, I don't know how it works. Like you always say, if you don't get your kit in, you don't get it on the show. So yeah. I think if you are on here and you don't get your kit in, that's kind of embarrassing.
All right, you've been called out, Sim Community, by the Derek Kelly. He thinks you guys got to get your kits in. I mean, come on, it's simple math. Just gotta
what are the sponsors gonna say?
Exactly, right? The sponsors are not going to be happy whatsoever. 250 Heat 2 is on the gate. I totally forgot to change the card. There we go.
Like we're missing a couple guys.
Yeah, a couple guys outside, not on the gate, but we are off and running here in San Diego for Heat 2. It's like one of those gas machines will get there first. A big pileup, a lot of guys down in the middle of turn 1. Who was it? It was Caden Kepke, the Sunbelt Gas, who gets out front early from Barry Brands. Atlas.co KTM. Dre Edwards, who we were checking out at the start of this one, in third. Kepke with a good start and a little bit closer running order at the start of this one, Derek. I'm surprised because there were so many guys down, but still a handful of guys got through clean. Yeah,
they look like bowling pins there in the first turn. Top 3 is pretty close. 4th not far behind, so see how they get through the whoops.
All right, well, Kepke is going to lead them in at the end of lap number 1 into that whoop section, and yeah, this is the troublemaker section right here. Kepke bouncing every other whoop right there.
Brutal.
Gets through him clean. Some of these guys having some struggles, but actually not too bad until we get to Christopher Harris laying it down right into that tabletop. Boy, I hope they don't build them that big this weekend, because there's going to be some nasty wrecks into that tabletop if that's what it looks like in real life.
Yeah, the medic rig's going to be stacked up like no tomorrow if they look like that. But hopefully they're not that bad.
No, hopefully not for sure. So it looks like Harris did pick it up in 11th. Ryder Derigo is our transfer spot right now in the early runnings of things. He's trying to get down the inside of Edwards. Schaefer up there as well. Edwards gets pushed out wide. He'll fall back to the final transfer spot. Jonah Paquette is going to jump right by him as another mistake out of Dre Edwards pushes him back to 10th. And we have some gaps being established, so can we see some battles brewing? Everyone pretty close together right here How about our leader up front? Kepke still looking good. Maybe back here about the 5-6 spot. Zollers. Oh, yeah, here we go. Schaefer and Pankow going at it. This is 6th and 7th. Not going to say those two numbers together too close, or I'll be put on TikTok tomorrow. But 6th and 7th place going at it right now. Austin Schaefer dealing with the heat. And actually, they have caught up to the tail end of Talon Zollers. So this is 3 or 4 guys nose to tail right here. Oh, look at this. Schaefer up the inside, going to go for the pass. Easy block pass and double triples into the next corner. Nicely set up right there, Derek.
Yeah, no, they're riding clean, a lot better than the first heat, it looks like so far. Hopefully these guys can bring her into the finish without too much carnage.
Well, another thing, obviously, these guys have limited track time. Only an hour after the track gets released are they racing on this track. So as the races go on, right, we should expect to see them maybe get a little bit more comfortable as well.
No, that's brutal. I think back in the day when I do the amateur racing in the novice class, you'd have all weekend to kind of grind out times. So it's got to be brutal to learn the track that fast. At least in real life, you got all day to figure it out.
Absolutely. So these guys still trying to figure out the track and figure out their battles. As we got someone backflipping off the side of the track, trying to get a name on who that was. That might have been Jonah Baquette going down as we're looking down the field. Our fastest qualifier, Wyatt Grant, is still in 12th place. Evan Holt, who was top 5 last week, outside looking in 10th. As Schaefer continues to move a little bit further forward. Shout out to Lane Burks putting up some sweet graphics on our broadcast right now. We're getting our look at our last lap time, best lap time. A couple of these things going on the screen for these guys. Still got Zollers holding tough right here in the 5 spot. Pankow right behind him. Killian Ortiz behind that in 7th. Dre Edwards has stabilized in the 8th spot. And then Harris, who was down in the whoops early on, is now in 9th. But Evan Holt is closing that gap down. Number 23, District Designs Yamaha machine getting up there, ready to fight. And back at it again with another 10th place rider closing the gap down on 9th. And halfway through this heat race, still some time to play with. So how quickly do you think Evan tries to rush up and make a pass here?
I mean, he's not too far behind right now. Only got a 2nd gap, but you got a lot of people not far behind him as well. I think it just comes down to keeping it clean as he almost goes down in the whoops there.
Ooh, and there
he is.
Wyatt Grant runs into the back of him. It was Schaefer who was down at the end of the whoops. And poor Wyatt Grant, nowhere to go, gets into him and lays the bike down. He got legs.
He got legs. No, I think, honestly, these guys just need to worry about keeping it on 2 wheels. It seems like no matter what, somebody's going to go down and give you the spot back. So just click your laps off and stay on the bike.
Yeah, always easier said than done, especially underpowered 250 machine on a big racetrack like this. I'm sure we'll see the 450 guys doing some hellaciously big lines here in the upcoming heat races. But Holtze does move into 9th. Going to try to stabilize in that position. Harris, Ortiz, Dre Edwards still dealing with some heat right now. He's got Ortiz right now right on his tail feathers as they go into the whoops, and maybe these guys get a little bit better. Ortiz, as I say that, goes down. Harris goes for a ride. He's off the track. Holtze has come to a stop. He's going to jump right next to Harris. They're still side by side into this corner. Harris just almost lays into him, and here comes Schaefer. So this is 7, 8, 9 on your screen. And if any of them go down, Harris or Wyatt Grant sitting back there in 10th, just hoping for some chaos to ensue. Harris just lets Schaefer go by once, no part of the heat right there, and allows him to go by. I mean, they got some time behind them, so settle down, right? Have you ever let someone pass you because it's just not worth your fight?
Very rarely, unless they got a Monster Energy helmet on or something like that. No, if they don't have an energy drink logo on their helmet, they are not getting by for free. So you got to fight for your spots, especially in real life. So see how these guys make it happen.
Words of wisdom right there from the Derek Kelly. Got to fight for your spot in life. As Harris over the finish line jump, still holding on to the final transfer spot. We have had a change up front as more guys are just getting scattered in the whoops. Barry Brands has taken over the lead, but he's going to case it and cough it up to Tyler Show, who goes to the front. Nice move by Show down the inside, so now can Brand respond to this battle at the front. We also have Kepke still hanging tough in the background there, about 4 seconds behind these guys. 2-rider train at the front of the field, though, and these guys have figured out a way to get away. Now it's again about limiting the mistakes. Oh, look at this. Barry Brands up the inside.
Scared him.
Shoves him into the Davalos bales and a nice pass. couldn't even do the 3.53 after that. I mean, perfectly executed block pass, I think.
No, and he played it well too. He didn't try to fight for it too much, and he didn't run it off the track and get legs. So sometimes you got to concede the spot, even though you want to fight for it.
Absolutely worth your time to just settle down and not let things get too out of hand in this heat race. As Barry Brands on his way perhaps to a victory. Tyler Show is keeping him close, and we'll stick with this fight for the win on the final lap here. 250 Heat 2 in San Diego. Number 2 of the 250 West division in this series. And these guys are desperate to make the main as Barry Brands over the bars on the triple in. Just hooked the rut and nowhere to go. Nosed into the landing. And Tyler Show takes over just like that. Waited for his opportunity. And Brands warmed his arm up to throw it away at the front of the field. So Show now has got 2 more corners to go. And this is all his heat race victory. Gets a 3.53 clean. Little victory lap under the tunnel. And your winner, 250 Heat 2 in San Diego, Tyler Show gets the job done. Brands will be second. It'll be Zollers third, Koepke fourth. Evan Holt rounds out our top 5. Schaefer 6th. Wyatt Grant does get back to 7th. Trey Edwards in 8th. And Pankow is in 9th with Harris closing it down. Does Harris get risky here? Oh, he lays into him and stays up. What happens in this corner, though? He's just going to send it up the inside. Oh, down on the rear wheel. And Harris makes it in. Pankow is going to the LCQ. How about Dylan Delaire? 2nd last week. He's going to the LCQ as well. Big names missing out. And, yeah, I think that was just too far away to send it in there if you're Christopher Harris in that last corner. Blocking Caden Pankow. Did a good job. Held the inside line and nowhere for Pankow to go.
Yeah, no, I think Pankow probably should have run it in there close and hope for cuts maybe. But, no, I think he was just trying to make something happen. When you're in the heat of the moment, you just kind of do stuff without thinking about it all the way through when you have a split-second decision to make. But he's going to the LCQ. Hopefully he can get through clean on that one.
We'll have to see what happens in that LCQ coming up. All right, guys, I am going to really quickly jump out of the server and jump back in. So apologies that we're going to be on a slight delay here for just a minute. But hang tough with us. We'll be right back with more Underground RC Supercross.
Have you been to the area's premier radio-controlled hobby shop and raceway? Underground Raceway and Hobbies in Great Northern Mall has 2 indoor tracks for racing at every experience level. Don't have your own car? No problem. You can rent one from us. When you're ready to get your own, we've got an on-site hobby shop with everything you need, including all the popular brands. Underground Raceway and Hobbies has kits for land, sea, and air. Cars, boats, planes, you name it. Come see us next to Dick's in the Great Northern Mall in Clay.
Welcome back, everyone, in studio here at Start Your Systems for round 2 of Underground RC Supercross live on SYS. Kellen Brower in the booth with the man, the myth, the legend, Derek Kelly.
Easy with that legend stuff.
Hanging out and calling some action tonight with us so far. 2 heat races in. What do you think, man? What do you think of the racing here tonight?
I mean, it's been a lot of carnage so far. Those whoops seem to be eating them up. And I don't know. I mean, the track seems pretty beefy compared to the last time I used to play. But hopefully the 450s have enough power to get over the stuff. Seems like on the 450 you can kind of play with a little bit more on the whoops, and you're not really struggling to get into them. So I think these 450 boys have been doing it a while, and they can figure it out.
If you're on a 450, let's say, and you watch 250s go out there for qualifying or something, and you see the lines they're taking, how quickly do you try to think if there's anything different on a 450? Like, is it just follow their lines until you see something different?
In real life?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough because I've never raced a 450 in Supercross. So I'm usually out there, one of the first ones out there.
Okay.
And you kind of can understand what the track's going to be like before you go out there. And especially like now they don't have free practice, but free practice, you get to figure some stuff out before you go into first qualifying. And it's not overly complicated unless somebody pulls out a huge line that you really don't want to do, and then you got to do it. But now when you've been doing it for 4, 5, 6 years, you kind of, all the jumps end up being the same anyway, so you just kind of get over it and do it.
You know what the lines kind of will be before you even go out there.
Yeah, it's not too complicated.
How about the Lawrence brothers not even doing track walk because they're just like, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level. Like, I just feel like I couldn't sleep at night, live with myself if I didn't even take the effort to go out there and walk the track. But those guys are on another level.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, 450 heat racing coming up. We got 450 heat number 1 on the gate for you guys, ready to rip. So let's buckle up and see what happens in this one. As if I can just, maybe get the cameras going. There we go. We're going to take a look at this middle group right here off the gate and see how they fare. 450 racing underway in San Diego. Big launch for one of the KTM riders up the middle. Let's see who gets there first. Swinging around the outside was the 78 of Hubbard. It's going to be Xander Brion by a nose who gets across the line first and takes the early lead, doubling in over the backside of that berm. Hubbard P2, Carter third, and then our points leader Seth Carr in fourth. So these were the two men last week we expected to be battling for the win. Braden Carter crashed early and Seth Carr walked away with it. Now he jumps right by the Tune Machine into third place early on. And the 6 looks feisty once again in San Diego. But he's got a couple more guys to get through. Next up, friendly foe Jacob Hubbard in this 2 spot on the 78. Always quick out of the gate. Let's see if he can hold on here in this 2 spot as Carr puts the heat on. How about these 450 boys in the whoops? How are we looking, Derek?
They're looking good so far. Little mistake, maybe one down. Looks like he pulled it. No, I think the heat race here, this heat 1 looks to be pretty stacked. Almost like, I think heat 2 last weekend at A1 was pretty gnarly as well. So see what these guys do.
Yep, looks like Carr was able to make that pass on Hubbard at the end of the whoops and triple double out of that tight U-turn coming off the start straight. Does he go for the quad here? Nope, not able to get it. Hubbard does though.
Cleaned
triple
it.
Quad into this corner. Has to stack up into the corners. So here we go. We go triple, step onto the banana, step off, or saddle jump, and jump into the corner. I mean, that looks pretty fast. You're basically turning the whole rhythm section into a triple all the way through if you go over the table to start. Maybe a little bit cleaner than another option. I don't know if there is a better one.
Yeah, I was looking at the track map there, and I kind of figured that over 3-3-3-1 would kind of be the move, and it looks like it is.
So Seth Carr has got the heat applied to Xander Brion out front as they bounce their way through the whoops. Those things look so tricky.
Still loose.
But the extra power of the 450 helping as Brion rear end kicks out a little bit. Into the tunnel jump we go. Battle out front. Seth Carr putting the heat on Xander Brion. Don't forget, Braden Carter, your 4-time Supercross champion, right there in the background on the number 2. How about this difference right here? Triple, double, double, triple. Doesn't work out any different. Brion not going to go for the quad. Seth Carr gets it to the outside. Brion's going to push him high.
Oh, what a
it
line.
goes down. Lags through him. So Seth Carr takes the race lead. Quad through the rhythm section. Step on, step off, quad. Unbelievable what these 450 guys can do.
No, they're on another level.
That was a massive line, and Carter now going to have to try to figure out how he responds to that. We'll go on board with the multi-time champion of this series and see how he's following his teammate Seth Carr. Both District Designs back machines out at the front of the field here. And let's see where the difference is made. Carter looks solid in the whoops, right up on top of those things, getting through them clean. Carr a little bit sideways, and we got a battle going on out front here, Derek.
Now, these guys are professionals, you can tell. A lot cleaner racing than the 250 class. Some big lines out of Seth Carr there. Hopefully he can keep run 2.
Yep, tripling into that out of the corner, but I don't think it's much
I think
of a difference.
I think the 2-3 might be a little bit better.
Yep, and neither of these guys able to get the quad this time, so let's see who goes for the quad here. They're going to go step on, step off. No,
little
just
dirty
gonna
there.
Triple. And look at Seth Carr miss the rhythm. Carter's going to try to triple to the outside and pass him. We'll go back to the cams here. Triple in here, double to the outside. Two of the best in the game going at it for a heat race victory here tonight. Doesn't get much better than this. Fair, respectful racing so far between the teammates. How long does it last?
Oh, they're keeping it clean. I think heat race, no need to trade any paint. Just keep it clean, bring it to the main, and obviously they are close racing. Hopefully they can battle like this.
Ooh, Carter, a fishtail on the whoops right there, but just got to that jump in time before it got really, really bad. And Carr, maybe looks like Carr has a little bit of an advantage from about the tunnel back over to going over the tunnel and then through here. Oh, yeah, Carter switches it up. He's going 3-2 through this rhythm section now as well. Here's that critical 3-4 right here. Carr goes for it, but might be a bit short. Yeah, Carter got it a little bit cleaner. So now does anybody go for the quad? Nope.
Suspension tech on Carr's bike is pretty good. His setup looks clean.
Both of them really working through those jumps well, and neither of them were able to get either optimal line right there, so it kind of goes back to status quo. Keep an eye on this.
Oh, man, down.
Oh, Carr down with the race lead. I didn't see what happened. Did he case the triple?
I missed it. It just cut right when he was going down.
Weird spot to go down on a 450, but nonetheless, it does bite him. That moves Cody Branson up into the 2 spot. This man sends me DMs galore to make sure I got his skins, and I do. Don't worry, buddy. We got him as he is up in the 2 spot, bouncing through them whoops sideways and lays it down. That's going to allow Carr back through. That will move
Announcer's curse.
Yep, well, always got to have 1 or 2 to start off the stream. But he gets back going in about the 5 spot. Johnny Padani went by, so did Xander Brion. That was Jaden Wilson behind him. Hubbard slipped back here into the clutches of Cooper Hunt. And then Austin Partolo brings up Caboose in the transfer spot. He is P9. Braden Tharp, who missed the main last week, your reigning 250 motocross champion, who we really expected to see big things with this year in 450s. Not good so far, and way out of a transfer spot right now. He's got to gain a lot of time to get up to 9th. It's going to be a while before he gets there. It's like Branson may have made another mistake, so this is all tightening up in here. Good to see some battles amongst our transfer positions. But the question remains if Braden Carter can hold on to it out front, looking pretty comfortable, but then there's lappers, and those are always tricky to navigate.
He played that well. He saw him going down and just checked it up, skirted the inside.
When you have a big lead like this, 8 seconds the advantage in this heat race, how much do you kind of just go into like chill mode, management mode almost, where you don't want to push the envelope anymore?
Well, I mean, you gotta stay sharp because you can't go out there and brain fart and end up going down. But I think he's riding clean. He seems to be sharp. Saw those lappers coming together, and he's just playing it smooth, just like practice track.
Just cruising out there. As you said, a little bit of another day at the test track for Mr. Braden Carter
yes,
here.
Sir, log those laps.
Winningest Supercross rider in this game's history. Stole that away from Tyson Fresquez last year, and looking to add another one to the mantle tonight in San Diego. And looking good so far. White flag is out. Carr still on his horse trying to close this thing down. Runs a 55.421, new fastest lap of the race. Just hopping through the whoops, cooking him. No problem right there. Brion, Padani, Hubbard, Hunt, Partolo, Branson still nose to tail over the finish line jump. Jaden Wilson looks like he has got 9th pretty comfortably, but Tharp is trying to close this down. We'll go on board with the multi-time 250 champ, and he lays it down. That might be his opportunity thwarted right there as D. Davis goes by. There's a blast from the past. I'm sure you know that name. And Devin Davis of the Yogi number 71 goes into 10th. Jaden Wilson does survive through the whoops, though, so he is good to go. As long as he makes the rest of the lap clean. Don't want to miss the action up front, though, as Braden Carter is going to bring this thing home. Well, the battle has not been won just yet here tonight, but it's starting off on the right foot. Carter gets the job done.
Pull it. Oh, man, down. He's
heat number 1. That was his
visit to the medical rig off of that one.
Looks like 21st career heat race victory for Braden Carter, and definitely heading to the medics rig. After that, looks like Carr 2nd, Brion 3rd, Hunt 4th, Branson, Hubbard, Padani, Partolo, and Jaden Wilson. He holds this position for the next 2 corners. Should be good to go. So no transfer spot battles. I'm waiting for those greasy transfer spot battles that are always fun to talk about, but Wilson does make it in. We got some big names on the outside looking in. Braden Tharp, 2020 champ. Jeremy Seabolt's going to the LCQ. Frank Jackson, Cocroft, Arnbrister, #4Kellen, thank you. Noah Bindis, got Nick T. Can't even believe he qualified, but here he is, folks. 17th in the heat race. Caleb Hall. There's Logan Leitzel.
He must have brought his laptop.
Yeah. Let's see if Nicky T can throw us a whip before we go to 450 Heat 2. You think he's got any good ones in sim?
Got legs. I mean, he throws them in real life like crazy. Him on that Stark's pretty impressive.
What's like the greasiest whip you can remember throwing?
It's tough because there's no cool jumps anymore, dude. Cali's burned out on the big booters. I think back when
No Beaumont or nothing?
I don't get out very often, dude.
All right.
Ever since I started racing Supercross, it's been team bikes, and you don't want to get those snatched by the ops. So just keep it clean. Been riding the motocross tracks, and you don't really get to throw whips that often. We just did a team photo shoot for our team, and I threw a couple good ones. We'll see how they come out.
All right. We got the rear tire like pretty good on the air.
I can throw a whip.
Okay.
I can throw a whip.
Derek Kelly's got the whips down.
Yeah.
Are you a clean standard like normal whip guy, or do you like throwing oppos or turn downs, or like what's your go-to if you're going to toss one?
I like to do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I think if I'm doing a photo shoot, just clean classic moto whip.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll throw a turn down in there, but I don't like how oppos look on camera, like just for photos. They look sick on video, especially if you're out in the hills tossing one off a hip jump. But no, I think keeping it clean is the best way to go if you're doing photos.
Fair point. MX6 Racing's Derek Kelly in studio with us tonight. Awesome to have us, and it seems like people have been loving the feedback. We got some questions in here. Is Derek racing East this year? Well, he's not racing West, so I sure hope he's racing East.
Yeah, if we're racing West, we missed the first round. No, racing East this year be a first time for me. I normally race West, and the team needed a little more time to get ready to get the bikes ready and everything dialed in. So we're going East.
Love to hear it. We'll see him. Man, it feels like East had been moved up early and earlier in the schedule, and now it's like deep in February.
Yeah.
Like it's a long wait again to get.
Yeah,
to,
I think the
to
last
East.
couple of years it's been like 3 and then do an East round and then do another couple. It's been super jumbled up. I kind of like it this year. We got 6 West, and then I think we got just 9 or 10 in a row.
Yeah.
For East, so we can just get it over with and get in a groove. Because I mean, sometimes it's good if you're beat up to have that break, but other times it's good to get in the flow and you kind of click off those weekends and you kind of, I don't know, stay in the flow of it.
Sure, yeah. This will be your first time racing East.
Yeah,
right?
so I mean, West in 21 was second, and I guess we kind of was East. It was weird.
Yeah.
But this will be the first time signing up for 250 East.
Seeing some of these more East Coast style tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, like 21, you did see some of it.
Mm-hmm.
Daytona, we're excited about that.
Yeah, it'll be the second time I've raced Daytona. This time, hopefully going in healthy. Last time I really had a jacked up neck, so it wasn't an enjoyable weekend.
Oof.
But no, it'll be cool to see these new stadiums and ride on some ruddier dirt.
Yep, and a couple questions in chat. Yes, he is on the MX6 racing team. Ollie Stone making things happen down there as well, and cool to see another team really making their waves in the sport of Supercross and motocross. All right, 450 Heat 2 is on the gate. Final heat race of the night. 9 go through. Everybody else to the LCQ. Let's find out who they are as we're off and running. Somebody tried to jump the gate, and it was tight right there, whether he got over the line or not. But in turn number 1 up the inside, it's one of the Hondas. Not going to get it, though. It's actually Tanner Rogers on the RPF Cowie. Round the outside, gets the lead. Hayden Stevenson, Isaiah Dickerson, Alexis Leclerc, not a terrible start. Hey, your guy
Hey, Twizzy.
Twizzy's
got the best kits.
Yeah, you like Twizzy kits?
Yeah, no, they gave me $10 to say that, so.
Give me $10. Oh, that's crazy. Ooh, big pile up there in the background. A lot of guys down on the inside at the end of the rhythm section as everybody's trying to freight train through on the early runnings of this. But Tanner Rogers, who won his heat race last week at Anaheim rather convincingly, out to another good one here in San Diego. Leclerc leads a host of riders into the whoops here on lap number 1, cleanly through for the number 7. Some sort of cryptocurrency-backed program this year. I don't know what a $ Orca is, but, shout out Leclerc, always running his crypto money dollars that he's got up there on the screen. Isaiah Dickerson back this week. Now, Dickerson, most people will know him these days as the man who pretty much makes a lot of the models that these guys race on. He always drops them on the forums, and they're usually heat, but also a former champion in the 250 class in this game. And cool to see the 260 back out here. He's dealing with some heat from your boy Cade Matherly, though, reigning 250 East champion, right up there on the rear fender of Isaiah Dickerson. Were you watching East closely last year for your boy Cade?
No, I've been out of the game, dude. I hung up the sticks. So looks like Cade's really turned it on. Back when we would ride together all the time on sim when I was playing, so he would just dog on me every day. But good to see him out here in a solid top 5 position. Hopefully bring it to the main, just crushing the whoops. No, it looks like he's riding clean.
Yeah, what's the best part of Cade's game? Like when you've been riding with him, you're like, dude, your corner speed or your whips or whatever. Like, what is it that you're like, this guy's insane?
No, he just takes it chill, honestly, when we're playing. So like, you don't really respect the game, but then you see him, he can really turn it up when you start talking smack. So no, he's really good at the game for sure.
All right, so when the heat comes in, he gets really going, and we'll see if he can turn the dial up on the heat meter. He's up to third place now.
Oh, my buddy Dylan Bowlings, you're bringing up the rear.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Caboose up in here as well. But Leclerc actually closing up now on Tanner Rogers, so we might have a fight for the lead starting to brew here. Leclerc 56.9 last time by. Rogers responds with a 56.6. Leclerc goes 56.7 right behind him. So his battle on at the front of the field, we shall see here in the next few minutes. Again, a 6-minute plus 1 lap heat race here tonight. Rogers just trying to skirt away, look cleaner. I guess with these 450s, it must just be a power thing or something like that, but they're able to track a lot better across the whoops.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the 250s are just spinning too much or something on top of them, but the 450s have got it down.
No, I've sucked ass at whoops on any bike, so it doesn't really matter what I'm on. But these guys on the 450, it seems like they kind of can get up on top and then lug it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's a lot less reactive versus the 250. I think a little movement makes a lot of difference, whereas the 450, you can kind of be you have a little bit more margin for error.
Sure. Is that lug technique, is that the one you kind of learned to play the game with? Or
No, I can never figure it out.
Okay.
So I just, all the videos I see, it seems like they shift to fifth and just go ha 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 ha. And it looks like it works good to me.
How do they go through the whoops?
Clip that chat.
Yeah,
so.
you just got put on SMX.com. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, Rogers down with the race lead, and that's going to give it over to Leclerc as Leclerc bounces his way through the second set of whoops to the front. Seth Shirley up into the 2 spot, quietly so, with a 56 flat. New fastest lap of the race for the rider out of South Carolina. He is on the move and trying to close that gap down. We got Cade Matherly still hanging tough in third. Alec Horn now in fourth. Rogers back to fifth. Ash Steering sixth, right there with Isaiah Dickerson. Luke Sullivan, former MXS playoff champion. And speaking of champion, Eagland on the 1. Your reigning 450SX champ is in the final transfer spot and had a terrible start in the main event last week. Climbed all the way to fifth. This is not an ideal situation because his gate pick is going to be terrible tonight if he qualifies ninth in the heat race here. See if he can get the ball rolling from here. Trying to close that gap down on Luke Sullivan. All these guys are fast, so you just go through the names and you just see more and more fast guys that are always tough to pass in this game. It's like a little mistake there for Rogers. Ooh, Matherly actually snuck back into the 2 spot. Shall we go up there? Yeah, looks like Shirley was down in the whoops on the outside. He's way off the track as well. Gonna lose a spot to Rogers, Deering, and then get going behind them. Goes from second all the way back to 6th. So everyone's still pretty close together. Matherly up into the 2 spot. Man, can you imagine Matherly wins this heat race for DK right on the stream, man, just coming out and crushing him.
He's got a little work to do, but it'd be cool to bring it in. Hopefully get a heat race win bonus for the for the bank account. No, he's riding good. Looks like everybody's kind of spread out here a little bit more than heat 1.
This will make us all feel really old, but how old are you again?
27.
You're 27. So Leclerc, when he made his pro debut in this game, you would have been 14.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's been around for a minute. And he's still out here crushing it.
No, I've known that name since I started playing, so he's been killing it. It's almost like if these guys didn't have to retire in real life, it'd be like playing sim.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you avoid the injuries, so it's a little bit easier to go longer in the game, right?
Little thumb cramp, little carpal tunnel going.
Carpal tunnel ends careers in sim for sure. But yeah, Leclerc's still out here doing the damn thing. And Matherly just hawking him 5.6 seconds back, actually a 10th faster last time by. So if Leclerc is going to roll up the windows somewhere, Matherly is waiting to pounce and go into the race lead. Alec Horn has steadily gotten into that 3rd position. Looks like we've got some battles going on back here, though. What's going on? Looks like Gummison in 10th. These guys are outside looking in. They're trying to get to Tanner Rogers, who did lead this thing at one point. Now he's in 9th. He's putting heat on Dickerson. We got 2 guys going down in the background. Ben Nerona and Walter Gebhardt both going down. More guys stacking in behind that. So we were about to have a battle, and then it just goes away. Instead, Rogers works on Dickerson. This is, again, for the 8th spot. Keep an eye on Gummison closing up right behind these guys on the 74 as the white flag comes out. This is going to get nervous right here. Who do you want to be in this position? Do you want to be Dickerson in 8th Rogers in the bubble or sitting in the catbird seat with Gummison here?
You really don't want to be any of these guys. I think you want to be more like Leclerc. But I think if you just judge it for the 450 class, it doesn't look like they make a whole lot of mistakes. So hopefully Jared's able to make a forced error out of these guys and get it into the main event through the heat. Little mistake there from Rogers. It could get close.
Rogers did nose into that triple in
He
a
gets
little
the
bit.
4.
Leclerc takes the win out front, but all eyes on the final transfer
Catches
spot.
this section clean, little short.
3.
No, I don't think he's going to have time.
Oh, it doesn't go for the 3, but then triple single to the inside. It's going to be close. Rogers is trying to get Dickerson as well. Does one of these guys go for the send pass? Oh, Rogers has to hang up.
Oh, he slid out. He threw it away.
Throws it away as he slides
Rogers
off the
going to be
rear
heading
end.
to the LCQ.
Unbelievable turn of events as Gummison sneaks his way into this main event. Rogers crosses the line in 10th. We'll have to wait for those penalties just to make sure, but it was Gummison getting the job done. Rogers, Balzer, former 250 champ, one of the winningest 250 riders in the game, headed to the LCQ. Spencer Turley, 9th last week, also LCQ bound. T-Lang, Hayden Stevenson, who was 10th last week, Evan Vanderkoy, Castellaneta, Nerona, Gebhardt, Hollenbeck, and your boy Dylan Bollinger.
I don't know what happened. It didn't look like he did too many laps.
Caboosing it right there. All right, let's see if it changed. Oh, Gummison stays P9 by 9/10 of a second over Tanner Rogers. So well
was a
done
nail
to
biter.
him. Very, very close. Indeed. All right, Leclerc picks up the Heat 2 victory. We'll be back on the other side of this break. Stick with us. More Underground RC Supercross coming at you. Welcome back, everyone, into round number 2 of the Underground RC Supercross Championship. Live here on Start Your Systems. Kellen Brower in the booth alongside Derek Kelly. We are done with heat races, so we can get that graphic off our screen and talk about LCQs coming up. It's get nervous time for 22 riders headed to the gate. So we talked about the nerves going into a heat race. If you're LCQ bound, just panic.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well pack it up at this point. I think out of my whole career, I've only made it out of one LCQ and I won it. So LCQs are not my friend. So hopefully if I end up in any LCQs this year, I'm able to get a good start and bring it home. But it's panic mode if we're in the LCQ.
Panic mode indeed, and you heard it here first. Pack it up if you're in the LCQ, people. Head home early because you might not be making it. We're going to find out who does make it right here, right now. Only 4 spots available for the taking. Everybody else is headed home early. Here we go. Time for the 250 last chance qualifier in San Diego. Oh, pretty even start. It's a land rush into turn number 1. It's going to be close. Ooh, some guys going down mid-pack. Up the inside, though, is going to be Dylan Delaire.
Oh, big one.
Second and third go down. That was Cormac laying it down. It was one of the Cowies. Delaire gets the holy. Derigo. Oh, we got to restart. Rip. Honestly, I should ask T-Lane to always tell me when they're going to red flag it because I don't have my chat up. Okay. Here we go. Restart. Restart. Time to go racing in this 250 last chance qualifier. Let's take a look from this angle. This time is the 30 car to sideways. Revs are up, and the gate is down in the LCQ from San Diego. This time it's going to be, looks like Delaire up the inside trying to nose it out again. No, it's going to be a different KTM of Evan Cormac, and he was one of the 2 that went down, I think, with Timmy Briscoe. So Delaire going to move up. He actually got a terrible start. He went down, looks like, to the outside right there. So Jackson Lindsay moves into second. Caden Pankow third. Briscoe fourth. Feitosa rounds out the top 5. And if you're Dylan Delaire, second last week at Anaheim, you've got to get a move on right now. Let's see where he is in the running order. P9. P9 for Delaire. So it's panic mode, no question about it. But how about these leaders? Pretty clean start, all things considered, for a last chance qualifier.
Yeah, compared to the restart, I think a lot of the guys kind of sent it in there a little hot, got through more clean, but you can just tell how much more these 250s struggle on this track. It's pretty gnarly. Yeah,
this is going to be chaos for these guys, especially going through these whoops lap after lap. We saw, I think that was Pankow nosing it into the corner in third place, kept it on 2 wheels, fortunately, and now a bit of a gap established, just like Andre Feitosa moved into the 4 spot. And like every time Enzo Lopes is put on Instagram, there's going to be Brazilian flags a-flying. And Feitosa's in the battle right now. The Reiko Husqvarna holding steady with Timmy Briscoe right on his tail feathers. Ooh, we got a change for the lead, I think, going on up here. Jackson Lindsay is moving around the outside of Evan Cormack, and Cormack gets into his rear tire and goes down. Tough break when you're in second place, and he's going to lose that transfer spot. Briscoe is going to take it over and shove Feitosa back into fourth place just like that. But this is getting chaotic in a hurry, and the whoops are only going to add to that, I think. So here we go over the finish line jump. 2 laps complete. Going to be about a 6-lap race, I'd have to imagine. And these whoops have been killers. Will they be killers once again? Briscoe just begging the bike to go straight through there. I don't know what's better. I don't know if it's settle down and try to let the bike do its thing, or just the James Stewart method and go as fast as you can and hope you make it to the other side.
Checkers or wreckers. No, I think these guys got a nice gap on fifth, so I think it's do what you got to do to get through there clean. And I mean, you got time to burn. Few more minutes to go, so hopefully you can click off those laps and keep her on 2. But if they just bring it home clean right now, they'll be in the main event, and the guys on the outside looking in will be kind of bummed out.
Absolutely. And the guys on the outside right now, Sonny Spicer in 5th, Ryder Bednar 6th, Brandon Walters 7th, Jonah Biquette 8th, and then Dylan Dallaire all the way back in the 9th spot. So we'll try to keep an eye on his progress, but if these 4 stay steady out front, going to be tough to do anything about that. Jackson Lindsay rolls the finish line jump random from our race leader, Pankow, Briscoe, and Feitosa. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is Spicer coming over in 5th, Ryder Bednar in the 6th spot, Jonah Biquette 7th, Walter 8th, and Dallaire still putting the pressure on in 9th, just hoping something happens. I mean, do you just pray at this point if you're in 9th, or I don't even know how to play this at this point?
No, you just enjoy the ride and just kind of get your laps into this point, because you're not making the main at this point.
Well, we'll see. He can still see where 4th place is going in the opposite rhythm lane. All these guys going in and out of those mechanics bales right there. I almost wish they wouldn't put them on the track just so that they could swing out a little bit wider, but that's okay. They're just keeping it nice and tidy right on the rear fender here of Walter. He did just set the fastest lap of the race at a 58.1, so he's grinding. He can see those gaps coming down to those guys in front of him. Look at how close he is with Walter. Gets to the inside, double, triple into 8th spot. He still needs 4 more positions. Can he do it? As we're coming down to the final minute and a lap of this race, Spicer closing down on Timmy Briscoe. This is your transfer spot. Back into the whoops we go. Briscoe! Oh, he saves it, but Feitosa was down. Spicer goes by. Bednar goes by. They both get over the wall jump cleanly. And Dallaire looks like he got hung up just a little bit, but did not go down. So now it is Bednar putting the heat on Sonny Spicer for this final transfer spot. Where do you even try to set up a pass here, Derek?
No, I mean, you got to keep it clean. I don't even know at this point. These guys keep going down. I think this has been the cleanest 250 moto out of all the heats so far. So I think these boys kind of tightened it up from the heat, but honestly, I don't even know at this point. You gotta make something happen.
Got to make something happen, as we still have not run out of time just yet. And I think Jackson Lindsay's going to check in out front. Clean. Mistake for Spicer. He tries to go defensive and does make it work, but none of them get the triple. Inside for Bednar. Takes him down. Takes himself down. That gives Feitosa the transfer spot. But look at that. Dylan Dallaire. All hope was lost, but he's in 5th place, right on Feitosa for 4th. Here we go.
He's proving me wrong at this point. Just got to keep it clean through the whoops. Those boys kind of made it exciting, taking each other out. If you're going to take somebody down, you can't go down yourself.
Absolutely, and that was a bit maybe ambitious for Ryder Bednar, but I guess he probably had that working out a little differently in his mind.
Well, they kept it clean in the corner before, and then just kind of just dive bombed him in the second corner there.
Maybe he thought it was the white flag. Who knows? These guys get tunnel vision in the race at times, and unfortunately for Bednar, he has fallen down to 8th. Sonny Spicer back in 7th, so if these two get into it up here, I guess they could still stand a chance. But all eyes on this transfer spot battle. Andre Feitosa holding off the pressure from Dylan Dallaire, one of the fastest riders in this game right now. Obviously earned national number 12, so he's no slouch. Was that Pankow down? It was! Caden Pankow goes from a transfer spot to out. Just like that, Dallaire up into 4th. Doolies over the finish line jump. We got Jackson Lindsay, Briscoe, Feitosa, and then Dallaire. Got to be careful if you're Dallaire here. Almost running in the back of Andre Feitosa, who gets through the whoops rather clean and then jumps off track. So there's a free pass. Yep. Free pass for Dallaire. Oh, Pankow down again.
Damn it. Just crumbling.
And, wow, is he still going to get up in 5th? Look at the gaps now that have been established Ryder Bednar, next rider in line, but they're 9-10 seconds behind Feitosa. I think we might be just about set with our top 4 in this one.
That's what I thought with like 4 minutes to go, but then things got a little bit spicy.
Well, you never know in these LCQs, especially when you got a guy like Sonny Spicer out there getting spicy.
Spicing it up.
And, wow, I thought we were coming onto the white flag. Never mind. Jackson Lindsay
Checkers.
takes the win out front. That is his second career 250 last chance qualifier victory.
He was gone.
And, yeah, big win in the end. Timmy Briscoe's second, Dallaire all the way back to third, saves his season with that. And Feitosa fourth. It would be tough to get on the box at A1 and then miss the main at San Diego, I think.
That's brutal.
That would be brutal indeed. But those are the 4 going through. Looks like Spicer still bringing this thing home, so too big of a gap that cuts would matter here. Walter, Braxton Martin, Killian Ortiz, Antonio Velati, Evan Cormack, Dalton Caudill, Jonah Biquette, Ethan Lendhart, Tanner Thorson back here, Caden Pankow, Ryder Bednar, Tucker Zimmerman, Nicholas Langstrup, Jeff Cooper, Tyler Shields, Luke Fauser, and Ryder Derigo.
Is that the Luke Fauser that races?
That is the Luke
He
Fauser.
just had an injury. It kind of
Yeah.
bummed out for him. He was riding really good.
Yeah, broken femur.
Yeah,
I think.
femur, yeah.
Actually crashed with Justin Brayton.
Really?
Yeah, Brayton crashed, I think, into him.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
On Supercross or outdoors?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
Because JB was doing some Supercross testing because they wanted him to do laps, like for the broadcasts and stuff. And then
Did JB get hurt or?
they got banged up. Yeah. I think I talked to him like
So Fauser crashed, then JB hit him,
I
or?
think it was something like that or some sort.
Yeah.
Maybe they both got into each other and fell, but yeah,
That's
I remember
brutal.
JB was involved in it. So yeah, tough break indeed. Okay, 250 LCQ done. I'm waiting for the fireworks here, Derek. I invited you in studio hoping that we'd see crazy racing, and so far we haven't seen transfer spot punts.
Nothing yet.
No fifth
Nothing
tap.
yet. They've kept it clean.
Kept it clean for you, and I guess you hope that happens when you race East, but also I want to see these guys get a little loose for you out here tonight.
No, there's been some good battles. I think 450 class was a clinic on how you're supposed to ride, at least in this game. No, I think the 250s just don't have enough power. They're just fighting the track more than they're fighting each other at this point.
That is true. They are definitely fighting the track lap after lap, and we're going to see if that main event really is where these guys have figured out the track just yet or not. But before we do that, of course, we have to go racing for our final last chance qualifier, 450 LCQ. Big names in this one for sure. Some former champions and low-digit guys. 2 single-digit guys in this race as well. Actually, 3. I forgot Logan Leitzel on the 3 as well.
That looks like LCQ from A1.
Yeah, right. We got factory
All
boys
4
out
factory
there.
dudes.
Yeah, so you talked about the nerves of an LCQ. You got Nichols, Marchbanks, J. Coop, and
AP.
in the
Yeah.
LCQ. If you're a privateer, you just go like, well, it's fun. I guess we're...
I mean, you hate to have that mentality, but at some point it's like you got like 6 championships, 7 championships in your
Yeah.
LCQ. I don't know what to do. But no, those guys are gnarly, and I mean you can never stay out of it because Marchbanks ended up not making it. So it doesn't matter if you got a logo on your helmet, if you throw it down.
Throw it down and make it in. And we always call it the Tevin Tapia Award, the most random person to make it into the main at A1 every year. I don't know that there was a random. Like, Marchbanks not making it is weird,
Yeah.
but I feel like everyone that actually made it kind of deserved to be there.
No, the 450 class is so stacked nowadays. Sometimes you want to race 450 class because, I don't know, 250 class is supposed to be feeder class, but dude, that 450 class is stacked. I mean, the main event was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, we keep saying one of these days, Mookie and Barsha and Anderson, all these old guys will retire,
No.
and they just keep coming back.
No, they just keep blasting peptides or whatever, and
Yeah.
all their hyperbaric chambers and all the modern medicine keeping them healthy. But I know I'm stoked. I mean, careers are extended. It's good to see guys not retire at 25.
Yeah, that is definitely really good. Indeed. Okay, 450 LCQ coming at you. 30 cards sideways. We are set to go here in San Diego. 4 make it in. Everybody else goes home, and we're off and running. Let's see where the start comes from. I see the 24 of Hayden Stevenson trying to get there first. Looks like Tharp actually survived the chaos on the 9 and gets the early lead as everyone, Leitzel knows high right there. But it is Tharp and Siebold. No, Gebhardt. Gebhardt on the 103 right behind him. Siebold with a terrible start outside of the top 10 early. But this is exactly what Braden Tharp needed after missing the main last week at A1. Honestly, Very similar situation to Garrett Marchbanks. Now, Tharp in sim, a little more highly touted, I guess, than Marchbanks and what he was expected to do. Maybe borderline win the opener last week, but was in a transfer spot in the LCQ and crashed in the whoops last week.
Bummer.
So same exact situation. We'll see if it happens again here tonight as Tharp. Oh, no! Literally, as I said that, he goes down in the whoops. Unbelievable.
That's brutal.
Walter Gebhardt to the lead. Nerona, Davis, Leitzel, your top 4. And Tharp drops all the way back to 11th. He is going to strangle me in my DMs later on this evening. But the classic 103 of Walter Gebhardt goes to the front of the field. This is certainly a name you remember, right?
No, honestly, I don't.
Oh, really?
No. The only names in here that I know are my boy DB and Logan Leitzel, Thomas. No, I'm Caleb Hall, maybe. I recognize that name. No, these guys are... I've just been out of the game for too long. Oh, Boley looks like he's in a transfer spot. Hopefully he's able to hold that one.
He is up into 4th now, so let's watch your boy right here. Dylan Bollinger on the
Twizzy
Honda.
kit.
Just creaming all over it as
Hard to beat it.
Armbrister closes up on the 138.
Keep her smooth.
Let's see. Dooley's over the finish line jump. Armbrister not going to go for it for the whoops. Going to wait and see.
Keep it clean.
They're kind of bouncing back
clean.
and forth. And both of them.
Oh my
Bollinger!
God, Boley. Keep it up.
The 5
Didn't get
set.
legs, but now you got to fight for it.
The 5 set reaches up and bites him. Allows T-Lang to go by. Obviously, Armbrister went through as well.
What happened to Logan? Did he go down?
Yeah, Leitzel's dropping down the order outside the top 10.
Turley too. I recognize that name.
Yep, Spencer Turley back
Seabolt.
to 10. Seabolt in the 12th
This
spot.
LCQ stacked.
Dude, I'm telling you, we got factory boys out here tonight. We've got past champions. Even Balzer, former 2-time 250 Supercross champion. He's a ripper as well. Outside looking in right now in 6th. T-Lang trying to get up here and do some damage. We got Devin Davis getting passed by Jacob Arnbrister. This is the one rider on the gate with the most career starts right here. Devin Davis made his pro debut in 2011, and here we are in 2026.
Did the game come out in 2011?
It came out in 08, but yes, very close. As going down was Arnbrister. He takes T-Lang with him. Is that going to give Balzer the advantage? It does, as he jumps over T-Lang, getting right back into T-Lang. Yep.
He's back in the picture.
Bollinger's coming in. Is it Bollinger or Bollinger?
Bollinger.
Bollinger, okay.
Yeah, you just call him Bolly.
It's not like Aaron Plessinger. It's Bollinger.
No. Bollinger.
All right, got it. And I'll forget that right now.
Oh, we got some mans down.
That was D. Davis down on the triple in right there, and he is going to hand over the transfer spot to T-Lang. Your boy Dylan Bollinger closing up, going for the triple.
Trip into the corner, rip the outside.
Let's see, triple in here.
Get it. Oh, he closed it off. Keep it clean. You got time.
Scrub the crap out of that back to the inside and light up T-Lang, but maybe
he got a tee time on Friday. I'm going to give him shit if he doesn't make it.
Well, maybe he got to tee up T-Lang to make it happen here tonight as he closes up on the number 5. I always wonder, though, T-Lang does run the race series. He's the host of this. So I wonder how careful these guys are. You don't want to piss off the host of this series, but it's a transfer spot. You take out your grandma to get in.
No, it'd be pretty rough to go out there and trip Michael Pelletier, but you do what you got to do to pay the bills.
Yeah, would you punt Pelletier?
He's in my way. If he wants to get on the line, I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, we're going to see that play out in real time right now in Sim as Bollinger goes for the quad.
I was just about to say he does well under pressure, but
goes down.
That's a bummer.
Nicky T's going to jump into the 5 spot over Arnbrister. D. Davis back in the mix. Thomas Sunis nailing the triple right there. Okay, he doesn't just throw whips. I got you. As T-Lang still holding steady in 4th. Balzer, Gebhardt, Nerona, your transfer spots. But, yeah, this is still up for grabs here as we're coming down. 15 seconds left on the clock before that white flag will wave. And, of course, it'll be next time by that we'll see it. So 2 to go. I think it's really just survival for these guys because they've got 5 seconds back to Nick Thomas-Sunis. Barring disaster, it's tough to see why these guys wouldn't make it at this point.
Yeah, no, I think if you're Nick, you're just hoping for a mistake. But I think he's just happy to be in the night show at this point. So guess we'll see if he can get the bonus of the main event.
Oh,
big loop. He's down.
What is that?
Here's the gift we were talking about.
Goes 12 o'clock boys on us right now in the 3 spot and
just
hands
enough
it over.
time to get by.
Nick Thomas-Sunis can't believe he qualified. Now he's going to try to go to the main.
Oh, no, he's down.
Risky.
Saved it.
Goes for the triple, doesn't get it. Now Balzer is on his horse. Going to triple-double right into the background behind him here. Oh, Nick Thomas-Tunis has got to be absolutely sweating bullets right now. Feeling the pressure. 1 lap to go. What's going to happen, Derek?
I think it could get dirty. Hopefully he keeps it clean. That all-white kit, it's such a signature. I can't believe nobody's done that before. He's really just made it his own.
Oh
no.
No, and he's over the bars
Dude.
and down. A big one right in front of Balzer, too. And Balzer got kind of mixed up right there. So now Arnbrister's going to close the gap down. Arnbrister's bringing D. Davis with him. And, both those guys desperately want to get in the main event. So they got to get up there and ruffle the feathers of Rasmus Balzer here, the Filski and Snowboard Honda. Oh, where does Arnbrister think he's got something figured out? I don't know. There's not much spots left on the track to even try. Where does he go, DK?
I don't know. Is this last lap?
This is white flag.
It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of room to make up time these last few corners. I slid out a bit.
So up front, Nerona, who we didn't see much in this race, holds on for the win. Arnbrister's trying to keep it close. Cases the triple. It's not going to be enough. Rasmus Balzer fights back, and the Rapid Dane goes to the main on his Filski and Snowboard Honda. T-Lang third. We got Gebhardt in second, and Nerona did pick up the win again. Didn't really talk about it much, but shout out number 16. And Nerona getting the work done here tonight. It's kind of interesting. We're not going to see 16 IRL this year because Vial went back to Europe. Do you think, like, if someone willingly retires, or in Vial's case leaves the series, they should immediately hand over 16 as like the next guy to take it? Or should Vial be allowed to keep it this year even though he's not going to use it?
I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, I didn't think he was going to go back to Europe. So, I mean, I don't know if that was a 100% done deal. But, I mean, the number, he earned his career number. If I get a career number, I want to hold on to it as long as I can.
True.
It's only one number. There's 99 other to get for national numbers. So, I don't think it's too big of a deal. It's not the best looking number, so I don't think anybody's really itching to catch it for their career number yet.
Get called out, Zach Osborne.
I like Zacho.
I'm just messing with you.
I can't believe nobody's took number 8. I think 8's
Dude,
underrated.
I think 8 looks sick.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I mean, there's so many different things you can do. Infinity, you can do. I mean, I feel like Jet should have taken 8.
100%.
I mean, how do you not drop the 1 and go with the donuts? I mean, your whole
Dude,
career has been around donuts.
You're speaking my language, and I used to say this all the time to Myrtle when he was around, and Jacob Hayes. I'd be like, dude, you guys had a perfect marketing opportunity for Jets and Donuts.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope. But, hey, I mean, I guess if it's still the donuts, you run the chocolate bar for the 1.
Maple bar.
Bar, double donuts for the 8. I don't know, but 8 was sick. I wish someone else had run it. Yeah, it's crazy. No one's ran it sick. Since everyone is just, they'll jump on 4, they'll jump on 7. We've had Baggett, now we have Chase. We have AP taking 7.
Yeah.
Everyone just, takes all the classic numbers, but
9's coming up too.
9 is coming up. Who would be the next person to take 9, you think?
It's tough to say. That's another number I don't think is the most attractive number, but
Well, Deegs won't win outdoors this year, so someone's going to be a 250 champ and will have a chance to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if you get you get a premier class title, you got to take an available 1 digit.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to drop the 2 digits. It's just so elite to get that premier title to not at least take the 1 digit, the single digit. And 6 is still available.
J-Mart technically earned it again.
He got it back.
Yeah. But I think you'd probably tell the AMA.
I can't believe he won.
Dude, that was crazy.
Unreal.
I can't even
That was
believe
flow
that.
state.
Indeed, it was. So, but I think right now 5, 8, and next year 9 will be available.
Yeah,
which
Cinco's it's got to go. Like somebody's got to pick it.
Someone's got to take 5, right? Again, that was another one where I kind of thought maybe Deegs would take 5 because he said he was a big Dungy fan growing up. But so with 38, I mean, I guess it's his brand. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Those low 2 digits. All right, 250 main coming up. Of what we've seen tonight, anybody jumping off the page is a pick for you in this one. You could pick your friends too, if you got any.
I don't think any of my boys made it in on this one. So, I mean, honestly, whoever is the best should probably win. So,
whoever the best probably will win. Hopefully that's the case. Got Cash Woods' gear finally, so shout out Jake Spees for sending that over. Here we go, folks. It's time for round 2 of the 250 West Division here in Underground RC Supercross. Oh boy, this one is gonna get good, folks. You won't want to miss this one. That 30 card is going sideways, and they are working their way off the racetrack. Round 2 of 250 West from San Diego coming at you. Let's go! Drag race into turn number 1. Oh, somebody went down halfway through and took some of the field with him. Hole shot, stats guy hole shot goes to Jeremy Schiavaro. Legendary figure in the game at this point. Gets into the early race lead. Could this be the night? He breaks through. Joey Carter, a much better start this week around. Gets off to an early run here in second. Briscoe, Johnson, Dre Edwards up inside of your top 5. Cash Woods, last week's winner, is in 8th as Schiavaro leads the field. He has not won a main event just yet, and he's been on a long list to wait. He almost won Dallas back in 2015. And it's been a long time since he's been up here trying to lead these things. So can he come through and win here tonight? He's got lap 1 in the books, but he's got heat being applied by Joey Carter. Ball through the whoops they go. This is going to get tricky, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, the whoops are going to be the differentiator here. I think what you said will be interesting to see if they break down in the middle, kind of get a line going through there so they can get through them a little bit easier. But crucial these first few laps to just keep it on 2.
Look at these guys. Even Carter going for the 3-2 on a 250. And Schiavaro lays it down in the race lead. Case the triple out of this one and hands it over. Joey Carter to the front. The Dr. Do clan rejoices as he takes over the race lead. And he's got teammate Devin Johnson running in 3rd place. How about Dr. Do doing it in San Diego right now? Timmy Briscoe, MSK Kawasaki holds on for 2nd. And Carter, who almost won Seattle last year and crashed it away on the last lap to hand it over to Cash Woods, now has his opportunity to try to lead this thing. But as you mentioned, DK, I think it's going to be down to the whoops. And if these guys can make it 15+1 through the whoops every single lap, you're probably going to win this race.
Yeah, always down.
There we go. So Joey Carter goes down. Timmy Briscoe takes over the race lead. And his teammate Devin Johnson down with him. Dr. Do off the side of the track. And another crash in the background. I think that was Wilczek. So going through now is Christopher Harris into 2nd, Carter back to 3rd, Cash Woods all the way up to 4th now with that championship red plate lead right now that he's got after winning A1 last week. Joey Carter goes right back to tripling into that out of that corner. This is insane. Timmy Briscoe, 3-digit warrior on the MSK Cowies leading this thing. What would you equate this to? This is like Trey Fierro coming out and winning this main event right now. Shout out Trey Fierro and the 158 clan.
Is he full privateer?
Pretty
He's
much.
Been doing it for a while. He's not a rookie.
We've seen Briscoe around these past few years, and he did not earn a number last year. So how about it?
Dang, drop back down to the area codes. We saw a few of those this year in real life, dude. Some people that have had numbers for a long time ended up with 3 digits now.
Yeah, absolutely. But look at Briscoe, man. He's making these whoops his B right now. He's just cruising
He's looking
through
clean, taking it smooth.
No problems at the front. 6.7 second lead. Joey Carter back into the 2 spot. And I think I saw Christopher Harris go exit stage left. Didn't go too far to land in the Steve Mathis Memorial nets, but that's okay. Just around the berm he goes and back onto the track in the 5 spot now. So Schiavaro went back by. Cash Woods now up into the 4 spot. Last week's winner now running in 3rd place. As we get an update on points as they run right now. Woods, Schiavaro moves to 2nd in the championship. Dallaire now 3rd. A lot of racing still left to go. And again, shout out to our stats guy, Lane Burks, for putting that on our screen. So if you're Cash Woods right here, I feel like you leave the opening round with the win. You're in the podium position here at round 2. It's kind of going exactly how you'd hope if you're in a championship situation.
No, this is an ideal start to the season. 250 classes obviously have a little bit shorter than the 450 class, so you got to make those points count. You can't be having DNFs. You can't be having 3 or 4 point rounds. So great start to the season. Hopefully he's able to hold it on till the end of the season.
Yep, so Woods is putting the heat on Joey Carter for the 2 spot. Looks like another mistake for Harris in the whoops. Drops him out of the top 5. Dre Edwards does move up there. Dylan Dallaire will jump into to 9th place as well thanks to that. So it's all shuffling around still. And these guys are putting some pressure on top of each other. Joey Carter's just cruising, or Timmy Briscoe's just cruising out front. Joey Carter dealing with the heat of Cash Woods. And, man, where is Cash Woods going to try to size up an opportunity right now? Everyone's using these same lines. On, off, triple, double. Looks like a mistake for Carter. Woods triples to the inside. And an easy pass in the end. I think this 250 class, as you mentioned, just don't have a mistake.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done, but the mistakes is where the opportunities have been opened up for these passes, and Cash Woods takes full advantage of it.
I don't think I can count on more than one hand how many times somebody's actually had to pass somebody. So it's just been kind of gifts at this point. No, Woods looks like he's riding really clean, super calm and collected. He's got a sick style too. He's always kind of a little bit, I don't know, he looks like he's adjusting the bike a little bit, like he's always flicking it around, not just straight air and everything. So no, he looks clean.
Putting the bike where he wants it to go.
Yeah, very in control.
Yep. As Cash Woods jumps up into the 2-spot around Joey Carter. So now the question is, can Briscoe hold on to this thing? 5 minutes in, still 10 minutes and a lap left to go, but his times have been pretty steady. 58.8 last time by, his personal best. 58 flat was Cash Woods in P2, running his personal best as well. Fast lap of the race, Tom Quinault right now in 7th at a 57.7. But Briscoe is just hitting his marks out front. And this is really impressive for a guy that has not had this experience to lead a race like this, to just be doing this lap after lap. And, I mean, he's Hail Marying the whoops a little bit, but he's making it through, man. He's doing the job.
No, he's got that that Enduro skid plate on there. Not going to lose his linkage at all. No, he's riding really good. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about these guys in here, but he looks like a veteran.
Looking like a veteran out here for sure. 3-digit and all. It's looking like a
corner speed looks good. He's just ripping the corners, flowing it, making it happen. I think that's the key with these 250s. You can't really pause it in the corner and expect to triple out.
Yeah. Well, the 309 machine obviously bringing back some Jeremy Smith vibes for all those fans out here that know him from the Sims side. 309 IRL number for him. And Briscoe just hitting his marks. I feel like Woods is starting to rile this thing up a little bit, and the times are coming down. 58.4 last time by, down under 4 seconds, and it's just going to keep dropping if he rides the way that he has been riding in this main event. 57.8. It's not the fastest lap of the race, but it is a quick one, and Briscoe's going to start feeling the heat. Now, he's been steady out front, but as this gap comes down behind him, how long do you think it is until the pressure maybe starts to get to him a little bit?
No, I mean, you're going to start sweating. You're going to see that that red plate coming up behind you, and you're going to start making some mistakes. Hopefully he's able to focus forward. You can't really focus on what's behind you. It seems like Cash Woods has just got a little bit more pace, and I mean, Briscoe's just going to have to ride his race, and if that's not a win, then it is what it is, but you can't be riding behind you and end up crashing and finishing off the box in this position.
If you're in this situation, you feel it's best.
Oh, little mistake.
Big mistake, yeah. In and out of the tough blocks, hands over second place back to Jeremy Schiabro. But what I was going to say is, if you're in this situation that Briscoe's in, you feel like you would be happy to, in a sense, not win the race if it means you can maybe salvage a podium or something by not putting yourself in a position where you go down and lose a lot of time. Right?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. So I mean, if you push a little too hard and you go down, and it's a lot.
I think he's down. He's down at the end of the whoops,
bummer.
But he's going
now
to get
it's
going.
Tight.
He's going to get going side by side with Schiabro. Oh, trying to jump into the corner.
He lost his buffer.
Schiabro back to the lead. Woods to second. And right there, Briscoe picks it up in third. So now we have certainly got ourselves a battle for the lead as Schiabro settles back into the front the second time he has led this race. Saw him cough up the lead earlier. Will it happen again? Cash Woods getting back on his horse after a little bit of a mistake. And, of course, a big one for Timmy Briscoe. But, hey, maybe now that he's got a crash out of the way, those nerves will kind of loosen up a little bit and he can go back on charge mode.
Yeah, sometimes that's the way it is. Sometimes, no, Schiabro down.
Yeah, tough break for the race leader right there on the 36. Hands over the lead to Cash Woods. Now the only man in sight behind him is the 309 of Timmy Briscoe. So if you're Woods, I mean, just start doing what you did last week, man. Right about this point of the race, he was able to gap the field just a little bit, and that opened it up enough for him to win. But it's easier said than done. Those whoops are killing people. Jumps off the track. Got to be steady to get back on. Slams a little bit. Briscoe right there again. Man, this
Briscoe
is not
might
over.
not have the pace, but he's got a really solid ride going on right now. Woods maybe a little bit more speed, but those little mistakes are costing him.
Do you want to be Briscoe in this situation and be able to see what Woods is doing better than you, or do you like that Woods has this lead and he can maybe try to control it now?
I think it's honestly Woods' race to lose at this point, so there's a little bit of pressure off Briscoe. I think that, as it sounds like, he's not in this position too often, so I think he's just happy to be there. He's kind of entering flow state, and hopefully he can just bring it in, and maybe we can see a big crash from Woods, and then he can run away with it.
All right, so Cash Woods now trying to buckle this thing down and take it to the checkered flag coming up on that 5 minute plus 1 lap to go mark. So basically a heat race from here, and we'll see if he can hold on. The track also wearing in a little bit better, so I'm sure that's also factoring into maybe why these guys are a tiny bit more consistent in the whoops. I mean, Briscoe, gosh, he's getting through them clean. He's skipping whoops, but he's going so fast through them that it doesn't even matter. He's bouncing off of every other one like it's a regular whoop, almost like there's a big gap in between them. Obviously not ideal to do in real life, but hey, it's working in sim.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to give what you're given. So, I don't know. I mean, Briscoe's keeping it straight. He's keeping it on 2 wheels. Obviously, he had that one mistake a few laps ago, but if he can reel it in and just ride into a solid podium spot, I think he'd be happy with that.
Yep, just holding on to this 2 spot for everything it's worth. Joey Carter has made his way back into 3rd place, so a solid ride for the number 20 machine, who last week just had a dismal night at the opener and is looking to turn things around, and maybe this is where his fortunes will find the upside a little bit. Schiavaro wants to get back on the box, and he's keeping Carter in his sights. It's a little bit too much of a gap to say that there is a battle of brewing. Here is the points as they run. Cashwood's still going to lead this thing, leaving here with 2 wins, but Austin Schaefer will move into 2nd in the standings. Schiavaro running a strong 3rd early in this one. Again, shout out to our stats guy, Lane Burks, always dropping those chyrons on our screen. Man, this could get really interesting in the final 4 minutes plus a lap. Like, if you're Cash Woods here, you're opening this gap, but one mistake, one legs, as they say, and this race could be flipped upside down. So you got to really mind your manners here if you're the 14 machine and not let this thing get completely away from you.
Yeah, I mean, with less than a 10-second gap behind him, he's got to keep it around 2 for sure. 1 or 2 little mistakes, not even getting legs, you're going to be right back to having somebody breathing down your neck. Yeah, I think Briscoe's really solid right now. Hopefully he can just keep that pace up. I mean, this race is flying by. I don't know if you probably if you're behind the wheel, you're feeling a little bit different, but now these guys are keeping it clean.
Yep, 11.5 minutes have come and gone. We're down to almost 3 minutes plus a lap left to go in this race, and Briscoe's still holding 2nd, cutting early out of the berm right there. I don't know
keep
if
it
that's
clean.
On purpose. Gets through the whoops again. Joey Carter starting to put the heat on just a little bit
Is that
more.
the guy that streams all the time?
Yeah.
Like Dr. Do? I see him on my TikTok all the time. I get caught watching his
Oh, yeah, there you go.
his
Yeah.
elims that he has playing on there. I'll sit there and watch for like 20 minutes.
Yep, yeah, this is
He's pretty consistent with the streaming.
The Joey Carter, always streaming, always crushing it, making those views work for Dr. Do. And he's putting some pressure on Briscoe. He wants to get into that 2 spot. 7 seconds off of Cash Woods are these 2, so it's not a fight for the win anymore, but one more step on the podium could matter so much more, especially from a points picture. If you're Joey Carter to get back in this thing,
rut.
Briscoe misses the rut, and Carter still goes for the triple, gets it, and moves into 2nd place. Once again, it's just down to a mistake. So Carter into the 2 spot, Briscoe back to 3rd, right into another battle. Jeremy Schiavaro with 1 lapped rider between them, trying to see who the number is on that. Right, as the 32 machine of Bodie Parker, I believe that they're putting a lap down. No, that Parker was 32 last year. Who's 32 this year?
Oh, no. You
Who's
got to be
down?
paying attention to the blue flag. The blue flag left the lapper got in the way a little bit.
Oh, man. So here we go. Schiavaro on Briscoe for the final step of the podium. And if you're Briscoe, this would be heartbreaking right now to have led so much of this race and be in a podium spot for so long and not get to see it at the end of the race. So Schiavaro is going to put some heat on him. Can Briscoe hold on? Oh, Schiavaro may have jumped off the track a little bit there in the background. Yes, he did. There's just some time. So if you're Briscoe here, do you just try to keep looking forward, or how much defense do you want to play?
I mean, at this point, you got to be taking some deep breaths and just lock in. I think he had a good formula going, and unfortunately, you might have to go back to the drawing board during the week, find some more speed to kind of hang with those top guys. But I'm pretty stoked for him. He's kept it on 2 wheels.
He is doing a fantastic job in this position, and he's only going to have...
Oh, that was a great trip through the woods.
Perfect. A little bit left of this race still to go to hold on, and he's got a gap now over Schiavaro. Schiavaro has dropped some time. Austin Schaefer, by the way, rounds out our top 5. He would move into 2nd in the points as it runs. Caden Kepke's kept a solid ride going in the 6th spot. Tom Quinault has been really fast on his fake start, but not quite fast enough to get into the top 5. He's 7th. Emmanuel Cepeda in 8th right now on the 34 machine, former race winner in this series. Jackson Lindsay in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Max Wilczek. We got Evan Holt 11th, Wyatt Grant, your fastest qualifier, is running in 13th, and no sign inside the top 15 of the 12 of Dylan Delaire. So 1 week after being on the box at A1, it is not going well for the 12 here tonight. and that is a tough break, no question about it. So, white flag will come out next time by. Cash Woods is 9 seconds clear, and I think you called it. He just looked too comfortable on this racetrack to be beaten here tonight, and when the mistakes were made in front of him, he capitalized, and he is absolutely taken off with this thing, DK.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's on another level, and sometimes you see it in real life all the time. Somebody gets a momentum going, they get that little bit of breeze behind them, and they start clicking off the wins back to back to back. So hopefully as the season goes, he can keep building that momentum and ride that wave per se to the championship. But we'll see how it plays out, see if any of these other riders catch some momentum and maybe give them a fight towards the end.
Yeah, well, it is MX Simulator, and next week Cash Woods could just as easily not even make the main event, and then we got a championship totally on its head. But the white flag will wave here in San Diego.
I got a lapper barking up the rear.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm trying to see who that is right there. Is that the 42?
Number 12.
Oh, is it 12?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is Dylan Dallaire. So literally last week, these two ran 1-2 over the finish line jump at Anaheim, and now they are watching each other again. Unfortunately for Dallaire, though, a lap down, and Cash Woods has come to play once again. Ooh, Dallaire.
Wow, unlapped himself.
Unlap himself right there. So Cash Woods now goes into a little bit of a defensive mode here, no question about it. 8-second lead over Joey Carter.
Huge buffer.
Doesn't need to do something crazy, just needs to bring this thing to the checkered flag. And he has started his 2026 campaign completely on the right foot. It hasn't been the easiest 2 victories per se. He's had to work for him, especially after a bad start this round. But he did the job again, and he has come back with a vengeance after winning A1. Cash Woods wins tonight in San Diego, his 2nd win of the season, his 4th win of his career, and keeps the red plate rolling into Anaheim 2. It's Joey Carter in 2nd, and Timmy Briscoe holds on for what I must imagine would be his first career 250SX podium. The 309 on the box. Always love to see that. Schiavro 4th, and Schaefer rounds out our top 5. What a main event out of Timmy Briscoe.
No, that was solid. No, all those guys at top 3 was just, they were on it. I think they listened to the keys to the race before they went out there and kept her on 2 wheels for the most part. And I mean, you saw who was that unlapped themselves? Yeah, Dallaire. It seemed like he might have had the pace, but maybe had some mistakes early in the race. Obviously, he had a rough heat race, ended up in the LCQ. So you can see just how quick these guys can go from winning back to fighting for a top 15.
It certainly can happen quick, and thank you to those in chat that reminded me that Briscoe did actually make the podium at Denver in 24, so yeah, didn't see him much last year, and back to the vengeance this year, gets on the box here tonight, so cool to see his 2nd career podium come to fruition, and yeah, we are cruising right along. Hey, shout out to every single one of you guys watching. We got almost 500 people over on YouTube right now, 150 over on Twitch, so we've pretty much hit our exact same numbers that we saw last week at Anaheim, and it's awesome. The support that you guys continue to give every single week has made it really, really special. Coming back, doing these races again, being able to pay the huge bucks that Derek Kelly demands to come in studio with us. No, I'm joking.
Y'all getting paid?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll pay you, but no, I mean, it's awesome, and it's really cool to be calling these races again. Have you had a good time tonight at least?
No, it's been a blast. I was honestly kind of nervous in here. Palms were sweating, knees were weak, but
we're just getting you ready for East Coast.
Yeah, no, I just sweating those bullets, getting the nerves out. Stoked that we can come in here. It's been fun so far. Hopefully this 450 the 450 main brings as much action and solid racing. I was just stoked to see everybody on their wheels. I don't like to see a whole lot of carnage.
Yeah.
And I mean, it makes it too much like a video game. It's cool to watch that. It felt like I was watching a real race.
Yeah. And look, we saw the 450 heats and how good they were. This is an hour ago now. So even a little bit more time on the track, we might be in for one hell of a 450 main event here tonight as Seth Carr goes for his 2nd win on the trot. Braden Carter trying to fight back. Colby Eaglin on the 1 has had a rough few weeks. He's trying to get the ball rolling, and a whole host of other names ready to do battle here in San Diego tonight. I'll ask you the same question we had before the 250 main. Anybody jumping off the page at you yet?
I mean, you got to go with the dudes that have been doing it for a long time. I mean, Leclerc is obviously going to be on the podium or near it. Every time I've watched one of these, it seems like he's always up in there in the fight. So he knows how to stay clean. Then you got Carter. Obviously, you said he's the most winning, or who is it that's the most winning?
Carter, yeah.
Yeah, Braden Carter. He's the most winning guy, so obviously he's going to be up there. And then the new guy, I think, is he? Who was that you said?
Seth Carr.
Seth Carr, yeah, he's obviously got some speed, so you got to think there's going to be some serious action coming up here.
This is going to be a good one. If you guys haven't been tuning in all evening long, you'll want to right now for the next 20 minutes, plus a lap here from San Diego. Braden Carter, Colby Eaglin, Seth Carr, and everybody else looking to win here tonight in San Diego. There is Carr on the number 6. Get a look at that District Designs Red Plate Machine, your reigning MX Simulator Playoffs champion, 450 national champion last year, and Anaheim 1 winner, looking to back it up here tonight at round number 2. All right, it is get nervous time. Everybody is on the gate. Everybody's here ready to do battle, and you guys are all here watching live on Start Your Systems. It is time to go racing in San Diego. That 30 card's going to go sideways. The revs are coming up. Round 2 of Supercross is coming at you right now. Land rush into turn 1, and it's close. It's one of the Filski and Snowboard Hondas that got there first. Was it Hubbard? Not quite sure who got up the inside for the whole shot. Xander Brion, just like in his heat race, gets the stats guy a whole shot. Gets ran into on the side of right there as Alec Horn takes the race lead. Drops back to third, does Brion. It was Hubbard on that Honda who gets into the 2 spot early, and we're off and running here in San Diego. That was chaos in turn 1.
Yeah, not too bad. I only see one guy on the ground so far, but it looks like Alex grabbing this one by the horns.
Alec Horn to the early race lead. Seth Carr is in 4th at the end of lap number 1. Braden Carter 13th. We'll keep tabs on them as they come over the finish line jump, and Horn always quick off the gate. Let's see how long he holds onto this thing out front with all the pressure coming from behind. Seth Carr's trying to get the ball rolling. That was Xander Brion's first career 450 hole shot, by the way. So shout out Brion getting the job done. But Carr now putting the tire to the ground off that tunnel jump and ripping down the start straight, trying to go to work on these guys. And I mean, I think we have seen, as you said, this is a much cleaner version of racing in this 450 class. Not a lot of chaos, just big lines and big sends for these guys.
Now these guys are obviously using the 450 power to their advantage, but I mean, you just tell they're a lot cleaner riders. Maybe got some more time under their belt, put in the hours behind the stick. So it's awesome to see just a clinic put on by these guys.
Yep. So our front 4 definitely opening up a little bit from the rest of the field, and actually it's maybe starting to tighten up behind these guys. I didn't see that. Narona has closed the gap down in the 5 spot. Deering 6th, Matherly in 7th early on. Cooper Hunt in 8th. Cody Branson 9th, and Luke Sullivan rounds out our top 10. I see some guys going down in the whoops. Who is it?
Oh.
It is Alec Horn with the race lead down, and he took Xander Brion and Cade Matherly with him. So a lot of guys going by. Who has taken over the race lead now? It is Jacob Hubbard out front on the 78. Those whoops are tricky, DK. They're going to keep biting these guys even on the 450s.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting pretty loose so far in this. It's not like the heat races, so there's a lot more carnage so far. Hopefully they can reel it in. It seems like a lot of the top guys are kind of jumbled up back there in the rear. So looks like Seth Carr's kind of maybe making a push for the lead. He'll get out and break away. I guess that's what he's hoping.
He is hoping for that. And like you said, big names in the back of the field. Eagland has only gotten a 13th on the 1. And Carter, who had almost gotten to the top 10, crashed in the whoops last time by. He's outside of the top 15. So the battle continues out front. Jacob Hubbard, former winner of this in this series before, battling it out with Seth Carr.
Just so much speed through the whoops. He just barely touched the top of them.
So close. And yes, Carr just absolutely ripping through the whoops, making it look almost too easy as he might try to get down the inside right here. No, shuts the door. Hubbard goes to the outside and holds position. Here's that different option right here.
I think 2-3 is better.
You like 2-3?
It carries so much more speed into the corner, and then you can rip out into that go 3. He misses the 4, but no, definitely going 2-3 is better than going 3-2.
How about this? He's going to go for the 4, trying to get past on Hubbard. Comes up a tad short. Has to settle for 3-1, but this inside works pretty good. 2-3 to this corner. Hubbard's going to have to check up. Here's Carr right on his rear fender. We got a battle out front. Does Carr go for the lead here? He does. Oh, shows Hubbard a wheel, but Hubbard survives around the outside to hang on to the race lead. That was close.
Yeah. No, he almost had to give him his insurance information there for a second.
A little bit of a bump and
Fender
run.
bender on the car.
That was close, and look at Carr up alongside of the whoops
so
again.
much whoop speed, able to scrub that jump in the middle there.
Hubbard nose high, runs him high, and puts Carr into the bales, and Carr's down.
That's a bummer move. He let him clean in that corner there, and he repaid him with a little bit of hate there.
Wow, so Hubbard, a little bit of payback, but perhaps too much. Puts Carr to the deck. That allows Deering into second, Nerona third, Horn now fourth, and Branson rounds out our top 5. Luke Sullivan in sixth on his number 11 JIBR.co. Kawasaki just ran the fastest lap of the race back there as well, so he is starting to get the ball rolling. Looks like he maybe just made a mistake as Lang goes by and a handful of others. Carter now up into the 10 spot as Carr moves up into 5th, keeping tabs on all these guys. How about Ash Deering, the BPC number 29 machine, putting the heat on Hubbard? He looks like he wants a piece of the lead here, DK.
No, it seems like all these guys have a lot of talent in anybody's race at this point.
Oh my goodness, into the whoops we go, and
And they
Hubbard
look
is
great
getting
in the whoops.
sideways, but the blitzing speed out of Deering just so good there on the Suzuki, looking like a fresh fit Ken Roxon there on his 13-year-old Suzuki right now, holding tough right now in the 2 spot. But yeah, Hubbard just doing what he can to try to hang on to this race lead. Now, we do always say Jacob Hubbard has a thing. He doesn't get past lap 6 still in the race lead, so we'll see if he hangs on for it here. Deering goes for the quad right onto his back fender. Oh, man, it's getting good out front, DK.
Yeah, no, I think Ash Deering gave REP a call and said give him the Kenny kit. But here we go, Jake Hubbard. I don't know if it's a superstition thing or what, but it looks like he threw it away before the 6th lap.
Threw it away before the 6th lap indeed, and Ash Deering goes to the front on his number 29. So now how many laps does he hold on to this with Hubbard still putting the heat on in the background? Carr is up to 4th. Braden Carter is in 10th. He's only 10 seconds behind our race leader. That's how close it still is. You have to go all the way back to 15th place, 17 seconds back, 15th place right now. That's how close our front pack is. Let's take a look at this. Deering, Hubbard, Nerona over the tunnel in 3rd. There is Carr in 4th. And then look at this freight trainer riders that we got coming up behind that. We got Branson coming over the tunnel. He's probably the biggest gap back to 5th. And it's Hunt. And it's Horn, Balzer, Lang, Brion. There is Braden Carter trying to get Brion. Ooh, nice little cut underneath.
You could throw a blanket on these guys.
Look at that. Look at how close that is. And Brion just lets him have it in the end. Oh, Gebhardt goes for the pass on Brion. Not able to get there to make it happen just yet, but not over yet either. Look at that. 5 riders in the corner together. Even closer battles going on behind that. Brion goes for
Gets
the quad.
the 4, makes a clean pass around the outside there.
Yep, gets Carter back. So now we go step on, step off. No one going for the quad. They're just going to go for the triple, triple, double. The inside option here. And the battles just are all over this racetrack right now. Carter back the inside of
Oh, a
Brion.
little slide out.
Brion just saw it coming, I think, and maybe reacted to that, trying to square off the corner, slid the tires around, allows Eaglin to go by. Gebhardt went by as well, so now Carter and Eaglin are 10th and 12th, respectively. Still just an absolute freight train of riders.
Man
As down
down.
goes Rasmus. Balls are in the whoops. Watch out, guys, trying to split the difference going around him, and it's close there, but he goes from, gosh, I don't even know where he was, and he is now outside the top 15. That is insane how close these guys are all still together. Let's work our way back to the front and see how it is working out. Deering actually opens up to about 2.5 seconds over Hubbard. Nerona dealing with Seth Carr, and Carr after that early run-in with Hubbard kind of makes you wonder if he gets back to Hubbard if we see that same payback a la Jason Anderson and Hunter Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, he made a clean move there in that one corner just to get repaid with getting put into the tough block. So we'll see what he does if he plays the bigger man in the situation, but you got to think there's going to be a little bit of revenge coming there.
All right, up to 3rd now. Got around Ben Nerona in the process and has about 3 seconds up to Hubbard that he's looking at before he is on the rear fender of the number 78 Phil Ski and Snowboard Honda. District Designs back in Seth Carr on the number 6, and he has been so dynamite. I guess I should press on the screen to make sure we still got sound. I don't know if it was playing, and you guys don't let me know, but there's the quad again. Still not able to get it too clean. We saw the quad in the heat race. Do you think it's even faster going quad, triple, single there? You lose a lot of time with that single at the end of the rhythm section.
It's tough to say. I think if you can get it clean, it just doesn't set you up well for that 90-degree corner. I think if you're able to triple into that and get the next rhythm good, it's a little bit better than going 4.
All right, well, we'll see which line he continues to opt with in that rhythm lane as he charges through the whoops.
His whoop speed is just unreal.
Is unreal. And here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Round 3, technically, I guess. Carr tried to run it in on Hubbard. Hubbard ran him off the track. Now the payback is about to commence as he's closed up on number 78 ride in 2nd place, trying to get into the 2
there
spot.
It is.
Hubbard.
Ooh, he
gives
knew
to
it was
him.
coming.
Look at, he even kind of checked
knew
up
it
in
was
that
coming.
corner. He I think could have still went 3 out of the corner, but he came to a stop to make sure Hubbard didn't get him back right there.
Yeah.
Smart play, though.
For sure, for sure. I think that's the line on the 450s. You go over 333 is probably the fastest line.
All right, well, he has switched to that.
Oof.
We'll see if it keeps working for him. 55-2 last time by for Seth Carr, just absolutely cooking right now as he's got 3.9 seconds up to Ash Deering. And now it's get nervous time for the BPC. Suzuki out front has been leading this thing for the last 3 or 4 laps at this point, but coming up to halfway, he's going to have the fastest rider in the game and the fastest rider on the track breathing down on him here pretty quickly. How do you kind of manage the nerves here if you're him?
If I'm him, I've never been in this situation before, but just outside looking in, I'd say that just keep riding his race. I think he looks the best outside of Seth Carr through the whoops so far, so just keep playing those, keep logging your laps. Setup looks, maybe he needs to go back to the drawing board, looks a little soft in the rear.
A little soft in the rear, yeah, kind of a little springy.
Losing traction in the front.
Yep, did have to cut out of that corner early, and lap traffic coming into play now also lost him a fair bit of time as we have reached the halfway point of this race. Less than 10 minutes plus a lap still to go, and Seth Carr is absolutely on his horse. 1.7 back of the lead. This time goes 55.6 to combat his 55.2 that he ran earlier. He is on the move, and I feel like it's only a matter of time before we got a battle for the lead here. Look at him just blitzing those whoops over the tunnel jump, checking up. What do you think of those tunnel jumps? I always feel like those backsides are so steep for you guys, but
it varies. I mean, some weekends they're like literally straight up and down, and then other weekends they're super flat. I think they're fun. It really just depends. Oh, here we go. Ran it up into him. That was just a mistake.
Puts him over the berm, no less. Wow. I
lucky
can't believe
he didn't get legs there.
I was gonna say lucky. Both of them didn't go down, but more specifically, Carr didn't get front end lock running into the back of him. I'm very surprised that didn't happen. But Deering now has to go back into the 3 spot behind Hubbard, and Carr has got the race lead once again. Halfway through this, he led every lap in Anaheim. It's been a little bit tougher road to get to the front here in San Diego, but he is back out front, and I don't know. Is it goodbye time from here, DK?
You got to say it. I mean, he just looks unreal. He's on a different level. The speed is hard to beat. He looks super clean, no mistakes. I think as long as the lappers don't take him out, then it's his race to lose.
Braden Carter, it should be said, has made it all the way up to 4th. He's 16 seconds off the lead, though, so it's going to be pretty difficult for him to get to Carr at this point. Whoops. But he is indeed now into that 4th position. Battle for 2nd going on, though. Hubbard dealing with the heat right now from Ash Deering back on his horse. How do you mentally recover from a big moment like that if you're Deering? Is it tough to do that?
I mean, you got to think it's tough. Oh,
and he's
damn.
down.
No way. What is it? Is he hacking? Like, how do you not get legs from that?
Oh, man. No legs off 2 times in a row. Let's see if 3rd time's the charm as he's going to try to get to Hubbard's rear fender once again.
Yeah, I think he's got to put some more spring rate in that rear end. He's just losing his front coming out of these corners.
So words of advice right there, Mr. Deering. Go back to the drawing board.
No, I'm not a setup expert on sim, but I can just see he's losing the front coming out of the exit. So I think if he had a little more weight on that front end, he could cut down. Like you see these guys in front of him, they're getting a little bit more shoot out of the corners.
Yeah. I just saw in the background before the finish line jump, a lap rider was down, and Braden Carter landed on him and went down as well. He goes from 4th back to 9th as Deering gets by Hubbard. A mistake out of the 78, got sideways, could only go 2-2-1 through that rhythm, and Deering takes full advantage of it to move back into the 2nd position. So now, gap is at 10 seconds up to Seth Carr. This is certainly just a battle for 2nd place between these two, and it's not over yet. Hubbard tripling to the outside, going to get right back into the rear view mirror of Ash Deering for this 2 spot. Not over now, and is Hubbard, you think, going to be able to learn anything from Deering, having seen him go around him and now can follow his lines?
It's tough to say. I think Hubbard might have a little bit more speed everywhere except for the whoops. So it's tough to say if you're going to learn anything. I think Deering just keeps making a little bit of mistakes in the rhythms, but he's keeping it clean. So at this point, I think Hubbard's just got to keep her clean and figure out the whoops maybe a little bit. But I don't know if there's a whole lot to learn.
Yeah, look at Deering's even maybe opened it up just enough that Hubbard can't really focus on what he's doing ahead of him. Has to start worrying about his own race again just a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know. It's fluctuating.
They're yo-yoing.
Definitely yo-yoing back and forth a little bit, and we'll see if Hubbard's able to close that gap back down. How about Alec Horn? Quiet night for him, back into the 4 spot after that mistake out of Braden Carter, but they're inevitable. I'll tell you that. Colby Eaglin had a horrible start in this race, as did Braden Carter. Here they are coming through the field again. Eaglin's back into the top 5. Carter trying to get around him is going to triple by. Eaglin back to the inside of him and takes him out.
Down. Did he get legs?
Did not get
saved
legs. But he's going to get passed. He gets landed on by Luke Sullivan, and he doesn't get legs again. Oh, my gosh. He's getting swarmed right now as Cooper Hunt goes by. You also have T-Lang.
Oh, shout out to Matherly making it into the top 10 here.
Yeah, Matherly up into 9th now, right behind this battle. 4 riders in a row right here. All of them, in some facet, have been podium contenders or race winners in the past. Cooper Hunt allows his teammate Carter to go by. And Cooper Hunt now going to deal with the heat from T-Lang. Lang lands off the tunnel a little bit cleaner. Is going to get to the inside. Makes that pass. Now can Matherly do it as well? Life coming at you fast if you're Cooper Hunt right now.
Oh, man. It's anybody's race at this point for, what are we, from top 5 back or within a straightaway? So these boys just got to keep it clean. It could be, I mean, you could be sitting in top 5 and then end up in 9th or 10th or worse even.
Here it is. Matherly triples by Cooper Hunt. Hunt back to the inside trying to get the opportunity back.
Ooh, lock it in.
Ooh, Matherly gets into the back of T-Lang and goes down.
It's a 3-man pileup.
And it takes out Hunt. It takes out Cody Branson, who also got hung up and allowed Seth Shirley to go by. Shirley to the outside. Not able to get Branson. This is a battle right now for 8th. And Shirley also a very quiet night. Not a good start. Had to fight his way through. Just trying to salvage points at this point in time. But at least doing a decent job of getting back into the battle. Here's Braden Carter, who looks like he maybe just was off the track for a minute right there. Yeah, lost some time. So he was 3 back of Eaglin. Now he's 7 back. Speaking of making some passes, Colby Eaglin and Alec Horn are going at it for 4th place right now.
Ooh, little mistake.
Yep, Horn not able to get the rhythm. Goes for the triple single to get it back. Eaglin has to go outside. There's going to be 2 different lines splitting each other. What works? Woo! Horn gets back to the inside and makes it work. Then comes back across. Almost gets into the side of Eaglin, who triples on by. That was very, very close right there between those 2.
It looks like the track's kind of getting beat up a little bit too.
Yeah, the rut's definitely wearing in. The whoop's getting cupped out a little bit more, maybe easier to get through, but also notchy and tough to kind of navigate as well. So this is very interesting. But Eaglin 5th last week, all the way up to 4th this week. And you want to know why he has that number 1 plate on his bike? It is this exact thing every single year. He is so good at salvage rides. He's so consistent that even on his bad nights, he still turns them into semi-decent nights. So 5-4 doesn't sound great when you're the champ, even the first 2 rounds, but given the circumstances and how bad it could have been, I think he'll take that every day of the week, Derek.
Yeah, definitely. I think champions know how to salvage races. They know how to make your bad nights have to be better than everybody else's bad nights at the end of the day. I think for a 17-round championship, that's the key. You can't be DNFing. You can't be having these bad races.
Absolutely, and he is the king of not having bad races, hence that championship plate on his mantle. Hubbard still has Deering in his sights. He's trying to get this thing close in the final closing stages of this race. We've got 2.5 minutes left to go, plus that 1 lap. Deering is trying to go for what I believe would be a career best result in P2 in a main event, so that would be really cool to see out of him. Points as they run. Seth Carr on 50, Braden Carter on 38, 35 for Colby Eaglin. So that is your split after 2 rounds, 15 points separating your top 3. And if you're Seth Carr, this is playing to your strengths so well. He also reset his own personal best, which is the fastest lap of the race at a 54.7. Talk about flow state. I think this man right here is in it. 18.4 second lead. He took the lead and absolutely dropped the hammer. That's insane. See these lap times and how quickly he pulled away, Derek.
No, he's gone. This looks like Ricky 03 or 04. I mean, he's gone.
It definitely feels like the new age Jet Lawrence in this game as Seth Carr just continues to lay claim to the field, just doing some big lines, big laps, consistent laps as well. It's so hard to put 20 minutes plus a lap together in this game, let alone 5 minutes plus a lap. But Seth Carr looks like he has come to play in 2026. And look, you go back to last year, he was a rookie in the 450 class, and he had rookie mistakes, learning mistakes. He also missed Anaheim 1 completely, which didn't help his case. He fought back. He won San Diego the very next week. but it just seemed like never could get the ball rolling after that. And now, momentum on his side, won the playoffs last year, won the outdoor championship. I mean, I'm sure you can attest to this as well, Derek. When things are going your way, they just kind of seem to go your way.
Yeah, it honestly, it's the best when you're riding. It doesn't feel like you have to try. So you can see he's definitely reached a point where it doesn't look like it's too hard for him. He's making it look easy. Just greasing every line, cutting up the lappers like they're not even there.
Yeah, just trying to work very steadily through them, too. Don't want to do something stupid and put yourself down the order. I mean, 22-second lead now, 55 flat, deep in the race. This track is getting notchy. There's some big ruts. There's some big bumps all around it, and he looks like he is putting the whole track together rather easily. 55.3, even,
big whip.
Even with lap traffic aplenty. T-Lang trying to get out of the way carefully here. Ends up going down to not get involved, and Seth Carr finally clears some of that lap traffic. Oh, Deering is down. Deering is down with a lapped rider just as Hubbard got to his rear tire, and Deering's going to have to
lose
pick
a couple
it up.
spots.
He's going to worry right now because here comes Alec Horn right behind him. Oh, man, this podium even could be in jeopardy as Horn's going to be right there. Eaglin not too far back of that, also wanting to get on the box here tonight. Braden Carter just got put a lap down as well. That is crucial in this championship to watch the number 2 machine, 4-time champion, have another rough week here in San Diego. But Alec Horn trying to get on his horse and close down on Deering. Another mistake for Deering, but it's also not really his fault. He got ran into by Seth Carr, down with a lapper. How quickly are you able to kind of just mentally move past those because you kind of know it wasn't you, right, I guess?
I mean, it's got to be tough in the moment. I think looking back, it'll be easier to swallow. But,
oh, no.
He's got to let it go.
Another crash, and where is Horn? Horn must have went down as well. Eagland onto the box here late as time has expired and the white flag is waving for your race leader, Seth Carr. Colby Eagland with the ultimate salvage ride is going to be 37 seconds off the lead when they wave the checkered flag. But he's in 3rd place. I mean, that's valuable points towards a championship when you're trying to defend in this series. And that might go unnoticed later in the season when he's still in this thing.
No, this is reminiscent of Cooper Webb last year, just grinding it out when things aren't looking too bright.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a tremendous run to get back into a podium spot for Colby Eagland. And how about this? Lapped all the way up to 6th place. Can afford to have a weird crash at the end because why not? He's had a tremendous night once again. Round 2 goes to Seth Carr. San Diego. Give it up for the 6. Another win for Seth Carr. It's his 4th career 450 main event win and the 2nd time on the trot that he wins in San Diego. Hubbard led a lot of this race as well, as did Ash Deering, but for him, this is going to be a big bounce back for the 78. 8th at the opener, 2nd here tonight in San Diego for the 78. And Eagland, we just talked about it. Salvage outside of the top 15 at one point in this main. 3rd across the line here tonight. That's a big one. Horn, Deering, Sullivan, and then Braden Carter looks like he's going to have to settle with 7th after finishing 2nd last week. So scores all over the board. We got a 5-3 after 2 rounds. We got a 2-7 and 8-2. Seth Carr's 1-1 is looking pretty good after that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to think that anybody had a chance after watching that one. He was just on another level. I think takeaways from that, you just, I don't know, go to the drawing board and hope he throws it away at the next round.
Hope he doesn't get a start.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it didn't. He didn't, and it didn't matter.
Well, I mean, 4th and Braden and all those other guys were a little bit further down the order. I mean, you give Jed a 4th place start, he's probably going to win. So
I mean, I've seen worse.
I've seen worse for sure. But amazing ride by Seth Carr tonight. Gets it done 2 in a row and carries the points lead into Anaheim 2 next week for round 3. All right, we're going to jump back in studio to wrap this thing up as Kellen Brower alongside Derek Kelly calling the action tonight. Man, what a wild night of racing and repeat winners. We got Cash Woods and Seth Carr doing the job again, but not easy this week. Both of them had to fight their way forward to get there. Obviously, Woods in the 250 main did it late. Carr got the job done kind of early and pulled away, but not an easy week for either of them, and they still find a way to win.
No, I think cream rises to the top. Even though the track's tough. So these guys, they overcame. The track was pretty brutal. The 250 class, they really cleaned it up from the heat races. I don't know what happened. I mean, the heat was just absolutely carnage for both of them, but the main event was a lot more clean. Those guys rode strong, and then the 450 class is just, it's crazy to watch those guys. They're on another level.
Yeah. What do you think that you learned tonight that you're going to kind of look for this weekend now? Like, do you think there's rhythm options that you kind of looked at as like, oh, maybe we could see that this
I mean,
weekend?
it's tough to say. I mean, I used to play before I race, and it almost never is the same track.
Yeah.
Because the track builders go in there and they change it or whatever. But it'll be interesting to see. It's been a while since I've watched like an MX sim race before the actual race. So it'll be sick to see what they come up with, how the racing is, how close the lap times are. Those are always fun to kind of watch.
So as soon as we see someone go over table 3, you're gonna be like, oh
yeah,
that's
over
him
3,
right
3,
there.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome to have you in the studio tonight, man. It was really cool to call the action with
Yeah.
you. And yeah, I guess now you're gonna love sim again, right?
Of course.
You're back to
I
the
might
grind.
have to bring the PC back out, dust it off, clean out the fans, make sure she doesn't overheat, and fire up the old MX sim.
All right. Well, last thing I'll ask is, tell the people where they can follow you and your racing journey this year. Obviously, Instagram and all that stuff as well. But MX6 Racing, be sure to check them out on the
Yeah, check out MX6 Racing, new team. I think they're doing big things this year. We're gonna have a lot of cool content coming out. Hopefully, I can bring back the YouTube videos. That's been a fun thing to do in the past years, but it takes a lot of work and and a lot of resources. Yeah, I mean, you would know it. So maybe we'll bring those back. You can follow me on my YouTube. And obviously Instagram is where I'm the most active.
All right. Well, shout out Derek Kelly. Is it _ Derek Kelly on Instagram?
I think it's _ Derek Kelly. Yeah.
All right. _ Derek Kelly on Instagram. Follow him over there. Follow the YouTube. Follow MX6 Racing. Go up to the rig at the races. Get a Derek Kelly autograph.
Yeah. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of jerseys. I hold on to my jerseys too much. So every weekend I'm giving away like 4 or 5 jerseys from past years. So come up and get a jersey. Say you saw me on Start Your Systems live stream for the race, and I'll sign one for you.
Oh, there you go. That's badass. That'll be really, really cool. And yeah, if you do get a Derek Kelly jersey from that, be sure to send it to us and we'll repost it, man. That'd be really cool to see. No, but awesome to have you here tonight. And thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to do it for us here. Round 2 of Underground RC Supercross live on SYS TV. From Kellen Brower, Derek Kelly, we got Jacob Hubbard working hard behind the scenes, Luke Scheffler, Tyler Lang, Lane Burks, Evan Holt, Carl Novak, everybody that does the dang thing. Thank you guys so much for helping us put this together every single week and making it possible. And to you guys at home as well, tuning in. We had massive viewership numbers again tonight, and we hope to keep those numbers rolling in from week to week. We'll be back next week for Anaheim 2. Won't want to miss that. Round 3 of the series. And I think we got a couple more special guests coming in studio next week. So hang tight and watch us broadcast next week on SYS TV or Start Your Systems on YouTube. So thanks, guys. And we'll see you next week at Anaheim.